Oh, let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I know you guys are excited. Some softer claps on my side. But hey, welcome to the Couch Coach, your weekly pit stop into the greatest sport on this planet. I am your host, Best Show XO. I am joined by my guys, Nui, Tim Jitsu. It is
What's up?
What's
playoff
good?
time. Can you smell it? The playoffs is in the air.
I smell that number one seed.
It's in
I
the
sure do.
atmosphere. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
And
sure
guess what? You
do.
know,
It goes through
maybe
us.
it does go through y'all. And shout outs to the Cowboys for doing everything they need to do to be right in position to seal the deal there. But y'all know how we do on the Couch Coast. We run this thing just like a football game. We got our pregame, we got our first quarter, second quarter, halftime, third quarter, fourth quarter, and then we bring it home for the win every time, like we've been doing for the last 16 weeks. This first quarter, we started out very simple. What the hell happened this weekend? I got a lot to say, but Tim, what the
yeah.
hell happened for you guys?
Well, the Cowboys snatched up that number 2 seed, I think.
They
At least they
did.
put themselves in position to do so with a win this weekend in Washington. It wasn't the prettiest game. Dak showed up when he needed to. I love that he had that fourth quarter drive, showed a clutch moment. Defense, I thought, did a fabulous job for the most part. I didn't like, and I'm going to talk about this later in the show. I didn't like our coaching. I didn't like our play calling. I
Mm,
didn't like our clock management. I felt like there wasn't even a reason for Detroit to have the ball again at the end of the game. So that causes me concern. I didn't like any of that, but otherwise, I was really excited. It was a great win. The Lions are a quality football team, and regardless of how it ended, we beat the Lions, and it just showed me that we're ready for this playoff run. We're going to go up. We're going to stop Washington, and we got the number 2 seed and control our destiny going to the Super Bowl. That's what I
I agree.
feel.
I agree. Y'all are off to a very interesting start. I do like where y'all are sitting right now.
And 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 if what I've read is correct, and it certainly seems like it could happen. We talked about this last night. It
Mhm.
looks like Dalvin Cook could be in the building before the end of the
Doesn't matter.
week.
It
That'd be
doesn't matter.
amazing.
Hmm.
It does matter. We
It
need that
doesn't matter.
running. We
He's
need
the
that
third.
running game.
I mean, it doesn't matter because he's going to be the third best running back on that team, and
I
it's
Wow,
mean,
is
going to
he
be
done?
our third best.
Is he
here.
done?
He wouldn't have been done.
What
You know what
happened?
I mean? And I don't want it to sound spiteful. You know what I mean? It
What
was
went
just a
Third
wrong?
bad.
best.
Well, because think about it. He forfeited the rest of his funds for the rest of the season. So everything he could have gotten Minnesota by just staying there,
Oh,
he
so
would have got
that was
more.
out of spite. That comment.
He would have got more. No, no, it's not. I feel bad. I mean, I love Dalvin Cook, and we didn't even get to see him play this year. And when we did, it was atrocious. He has one of the worst averages for any running back in the league right now, and I mean bottom five. So him
He
coming to the
barely got the
Cowboys,
ball in New York.
I do like him. As far as a committee goes, but I don't. He's not a game changer right now.
I didn't say that, but I think he's going to help us in the red zone primarily if he signs
I
with
like
us.
it. I
And
like that.
with Ricky Dottle getting hurt, and this is not the first time he's been hurt this year, he's not
Hmm.
dependable, right? So we had to do something because last week we went into the game with
So
only
he's
Pollard and Vaughn, and that's just not. I'm not comfortable with that. And
okay.
obviously, we did not have a running game. If you watch the
I-
game, we didn't have
Is
a
he going
running
to
game.
be out for an extended period of time,
I don't
or
know how long Dawdle's out for, but I know he was out last week, and he's been out periodically throughout the season with injuries. So to me, Dalvin Cook is a perfect signing since we missed out on Leonard Fournette.
well? Let me apologize on that because Dalvin is extremely crafty in the goal line, but he didn't get those carries with the Jets. And he's an absolute upgrade over those guys in the red zone. So yeah,
100%.
my bad. Dalvin in the building is huge for the playoffs. And,
Thank you.
and you know the other thing about Dalvin, man, Dalvin ain't used to playing outside in the cold. That ain't his
No,
game.
no, he likes that inside
He's
feel,
Florida
He
boy,
right?
isn't he?
Brutal.
man, he ain't his
Woo!
game. Put that
This is
man in the
perfect.
dome.
Yeah,
He'll be good. I
I'm
like
excited.
that.
I'm gonna get real excited if we make that move. I'll be
Yep.
really happy, and I think we will. I think it makes sense for both sides.
What do you think it says about the Lions? Because there was some controversy there in some people's eyes. The Lions actually won. What does that kind of say to y'all? What do y'all think about them in this playoff run?
Well, look, the Lions put up a good fight on the road against a team that averages 40. They held us to I forget the final score of the game, but it was in the 20s. So
Right.
their defense played extremely well. I mean, they showed up. That pass rush showed up. You saw that. You saw Hutch all over the field, unblockable.
Yeah.
I feel like they did what they had to do. Listen, if they didn't try to be so tricky and fool the Dallas Cowboys as far as who was going to report and confuse the ref, maybe we're having a different conversation today. But also, guess what? If the
I like
ref
that.
announces that number 68 is eligible, then the Cowboys cover number 68. In that
Yeah.
scenario, they didn't even look at him because number 70 was eligible.
Right.
And by that, it was also an illegal formation because number 70 was covered up, so he couldn't have been eligible. So either way it goes, it was a mistake by the referee, but the Lions tried to be a little too tricky. So they really brought that
But
on
they
themselves.
said in pregame they did it. Like they told that specific ref about it. We saw
then that's
Jared
not-
Goff take 68 and tell him to go over there. Man,
We
Jerry
saw
made
it. We
the damn
also-
call, man.
We also saw another lineman.
Jerry
throw,
made the
and then
call, period.
We also saw number 70 running up to the ref last minute, and that had been the guy that had been reporting all night.
It was
long.
confusion. As
And
Coach
so the
Cole
ref
said
was like,
last,
"Oh,
having
it
multiple
must be-"
guys go up there so they
Yeah, he
wouldn't
said
know
it
who
must
was
be number
eligible.
70. Number
Well,
70
Must
has been
be.
reporting all night.
Nah, he knew.
The ref
It's hard
made a
for me to
mistake.
talk about. It's hard for me to talk about what could have been because you still had a chance.
Yeah, you
You know
know
what I
what?
mean?
I mean,
Kick the
but
extra point.
Kick the field goal. Hey, there's no
Kick the
buts about
point,
it.
man.
Kick the field goal. You go
Yeah.
into overtime.
Dan's
Point
just
blank.
he's looking to break
You
your
still
heart.
have the momentum.
He's looking to
You-
break your heart there.
I
If you
understood
It didn't
kick that
matter.
field goal,
two.
you
I
still have the
understood it,
momentum.
But
I
once
get
you
it.
had the penalty, you can't go for two anymore.
I
You
mean,
gotta
they
kick
kind
it.
of shot themselves in the foot. Granted, they did win the division. They felt like this was kind of a win-lose situation. Who cares? You know, we got a home
But
playoff game.
that's a bad way to look at it because what they should have been thinking is how can we
Well,
secure the 2 seed? And we
Well,
didn't
they've
do
been
it.
very successful this season and last season in fourth downs
But they
and
weren't
2-point
successful
conversions.
the entire game versus us on fourth
Hey,
down.
it just
That was
takes
the
one,
confusing
man.
thing. We
It
had
takes
stopped them
one.
on what?
Yeah, I mean, I think if that's your game,
It takes
if
one.
that's your game,
You know how
you
he
don't
is,
change
man.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you don't
change
change it,
it.
especially with those stakes. You know what I mean? You wanted to look. You don't. People don't. It's crazy.
They
It's
weren't
crazy to
confident
sit up
they
here and
could
say
beat
this.
us in
People
overtime.
don't lose in Dallas. I mean, you're gonna if you come into Dallas, you're gonna lose. That's what they do.
You're gonna lose.
So I understand that, but at that point, like, hey, we got away with one. Kick the damn field goal.
Yeah. Kick the field goal. Let's go to overtime and see what you can do. Part of it is his personality. You have to respect that. And part of it may have been, listen, if we get to overtime, we don't like our chances. Right. And let's just try to end this thing now. So, oh well.
Oh well.
On to the
Hey,
next.
Cowboys roll.
We appreciate it. We do.
Yeah. Nui, what the hell happened with you guys?
Oh, we appreciate you too, Tim. Because just because of that and Philly trashed it up, we got the number 1 seed and it goes through us. Yeah, that's right. We handle business. I'm not going to dive in depth on the Commanders. Brock Purdy had a great bounce back game. Not saying that he enamored you with crazy stat lines, but at least he got in rhythm. He didn't turn the ball over. We go into this week. We're going to be sitting players, so I think that's good for us to rehab. Although I really don't like that. I feel like we should play because having 2 weeks off, that's a
It's a
lot.
long sit.
That's a long sit. And you
It's a
may
long
run up
sit.
into Philly, a pissed off Philly, because my what the hell happened was Philly. Appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Now, Kyler right now,
Mhm.
Kyler, man,
Yeah, okay.
it was vintage
Okay,
Kyler
my
Murray.
boy.
It was vintage Kyler Murray.
We appreciate Kyle.
And I was excited to see it. I mean, they dominated the time of possession at 39 minutes compared to 20 minutes. They had over 450 yards of total offense. I love how Kyler bounced back after that 99-yard interception.
Mhm.
That showed me who he is. It doesn't
That's
matter
who he is.
if he's 3-12. He doesn't give a shit.
That's who
He
he
is a
is.
winner. It's built in him. I believe they should stick with him and roll with him. I'm glad we got to see the sample size. I was a little nervous about it because I felt like it was too soon. Were the players going to adapt? Obviously, they like this coach. He may be a little odd.
Because he's a sample size.
I mean, he's a little bite size.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey, I had my Kyler Murray jersey on during that game too. I was running around my house.
I mean,
like the Cardinals before the
look.
Super Bowl.
I love what
It was
they
awesome.
do, but here's the thing about Philly, and this is what the hell. Did you know they're the only team with a 5-game winning streak twice? And when they ran up in the Niners, they completely shit the bed. And then after that, the Cowboys beat them. Then after that, the Seahawks beat them. They are 1-3 against the NFC West. So what's the toughest conference? in
They've
the
lost
NFC.
4 in a row.
It's pretty bad right now, man. It's pretty. No, they did beat the Giants, but they gotta go play the Giants again, and it's
And they
in
did beat the Giants,
it's
but
in
they're gonna lose to the
MetLife,
Giants.
man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Philly fans, talk to us. What? We had coach on last Coach Dre last night, man. It's rough.
It's rough.
It's rough.
Yeah.
And it
rough.
sucks. And it is
It's hard
definitely
for you Eagle fans right
if
now.
you don't think that your ass is a follower in this damn show, think again.
Oh my God.
Where
Oh,
is
you
9
falling.
when we need him? Where is 9 when we need him on the
And
But,
field?
yeah, you
and
know,
y'all don't like
I
that guy
know.
back there. He gave you
Well,
nightmares.
and we'll catch up with that. But it was, mainly like it was really what the hell happened. And you touched on something I want to touch on this game right here. And it has nothing to do with Philly. To me, it has nothing to do with Philly because this is the same damn Philly that we've been seeing for weeks. It's the same Philly that we've been talking about on this show where the eyebrows have been raised. Like, I don't know if this team is what everybody say they are. And now you get to see it. You don't lose this game in this wasn't just a December game, guys.
Right.
This wasn't a regular December game. Everybody was at home. This was a holiday. This was supposed to be the game that you turned on a few times just to see an Eagles score. And it wasn't. And what the hell happened is they are in trouble. Point blank. They had a window, and it was winning this, simply beating Arizona. And now you got a window where somebody got to go play in Philly, and you don't want to go play in Philly.
No.
But they're putting themselves in a bad situation where that ain't going to happen now. And I don't think they're that big if that's the case. I don't see Jalen Hurts coming back in an away game.
It doesn't look the
don't
same,
see
man.
it.
No.
At me. I don't care. Show me, and then I'll back off of it. But I don't believe in it. So I think they just hurt themselves, and that's what the hell happened. That the Arizona Cardinals have 2 first-round draft picks on the way. That team can turn around real quick. Y'all
They're
heard
tough.
me last week. I said Rich Gannon going back there. He's seen them boys in practice. He
Yeah.
knows how to stop them.
Connor went off. They're gonna keep him. They may keep Marquise. I mean, come on. They got some talent there, but they got to build around Kyler if that's who they're going to stick with. We got some guests in the chat. My boy Jarvis and Renard, they said Jerry's checks didn't work in Miami. You're right, it didn't work, but it worked at home.
Oh, come
Sure
on.
did. You wasn't gonna ruin that on Jimmy's day, were you? Hell no, you wasn't gonna ruin Jimmy's day.
Yes.
You wasn't
They
gonna
lost on
ruin
Michael
Double
Irvin's
J's day.
They could lose on Jimmy's day.
Nah, you ain't losing on Jimmy's day.
Take it easy.
That man's 80 years old. I didn't know that.
You didn't know?
It took him 30 something years. That's
80.
the beef was real. He's 80.
Yeah, that's some real beef right there.
That's and then Renard said warm weather in the playoffs. Now let's face it. I think it's Kingsbury was trash. So he's talking about the Arizona coach.
Yeah, Cliff was terrible.
Yeah, he wasn't a NFL head coach.
It was an idea.
Hell, he barely belonged in USC right now. Shit. Sorry, Cliff.
Let me touch on what the hell
What's
happened.
championship degree over there?
He's a good college coach.
Not a USC.
He's a good one. He's maybe not great, but he's.
We need championships.
So my what the hell happened? I'm still gonna ride with the squad regardless how it goes, but attrition just started to set in for the Minnesota Vikings. There's no coming back. You couldn't, all over the weeks we've been able to.
Is this acceptance?
Outrun these injuries.
Are you just
No. Hold on. I'll get there.
It's okay.
I will get there.
It's part of the steps. It's fine to accept.
I will get there. There are steps, and I have to follow them. I'm preparing myself. That's why we got on the Kyler jersey today. I've already cried a little bit this weekend, but I'm past that. It's a new year. It's a new me. Okay, it's a new look.
New me. I like that.
Okay.
So
and what I'm seeing was, look, I mean, this team is just hobbled. You know what I mean? And there's a few things that I've learned about my team, and I've learned about my head coach. He can be very creative. He's very, very good with words. Sometimes he will just ramble his ass off into saying, the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over again. But the decisions that he's made at quarterback over the last 6 weeks have been really bad. Now, at some points, I'm like, oh, the best thing about his decisions at quarterback has been when he's pulled guys. I'm like, oh, that was a good time to pull. Way to go. You know what I mean? That thumbs up, coach. But how it's been handled has been seemed a little bit mishandled. But the biggest thing I want to talk about is Kirk Cousins, man.
We
Kirk
talked about him
Cousins was
last night.
Kirk Cousins was playing at an MVP level.
He really
And
was.
if you haven't been able to see, if you want to see what a team looks
He's
like
really
without
good.
their MVP, that is what happened with the Minnesota Vikings.
He's
And
really
they were
good.
still in all of these games. They were still winning at the end until they did the unthinkable. And Jordan Love went out there and balled. Balled.
You want to keep
Man.
Balled.
Wow.
He needs to get paid. Pay Jordan Love.
No.
Now with the samples. Hold on. Now with the sample size, guys. With this sample size that we've seen, okay, I don't want to see that slander. It's not if he's throwing interceptions or if he's winning the games, because
Sure.
he is winning the games.
He's doing a
some of
good
these
job,
throws.
man.
Some of these throws that I'm like, oh, hey, not everybody can make that.
You're right. You're right. It looks
I
very
don't-
Aaron
you know what?
Rodgers-esque.
You know what? Hold on, because I
He's
agree
tied
with
for
you.
third for
Agree.
30 touchdowns.
But Coach Cole's also made a good point last night. They're playing games that there's nothing on the line for them. There's no high stakes. They're not on national TV.
Not on prime
You know what
time.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's kind of hidden. So the question
I
is,
don't
can
think-
he handle the big stage? Because he hasn't been on the big stage yet.
I think that's a little irresponsible.
I will say this about. Go ahead.
I don't think there was a young quarterback that had more on the line than Jordan Love because of his situation.
Justin
Everybody
Fields?
else.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Hear me
Justin
out.
Fields had
Everybody
most
else is on a
this
rookie
year.
contract. You know what I mean? So it still makes sense contractually for me to keep you on the team,
Okay.
even if you're bad.
Makes sense.
But Jordan Love, we said that he was on a 1-year prove-it deal. So he said, if you're good, we'll pay you. If not, we're only going to pay you enough just for this year. And then not only that, he had to look over his shoulder because they got Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. And everybody wants to know, are you the next guy? Not are you Jordan Love, but are you the next guy? So he had a lot of pressure, and I think he performed well under that. Either way, if you want to win and you want to stay in your division, you want to stay with the Green Bay Packers, you go beat the shit out of the Vikings just like they did.
I will say this
that was
about. I'll say this about Jordan Love, man.
They have a big week. I mean, he has a big week this week.
Huge.
Listen,
He can get his team into the playoffs by beating the
Huge,
crosstown
but you
Chicago
don't want to
Bears.
see Chicago. You don't
No,
want to
this is
see
the biggest
Chicago.
game of Jordan Love's career.
yeah.
don't wanna see Chicago.
Yes, I'm not gonna spill my beans.
Sorry.
No, I want to hear it.
What beans?
This is something I like about him. Remember how I was saying, okay, his completion percentage that first quarter of the season was like 50, 56, 58. I'm like, you got to get it up. He is one of the only quarterbacks to play Minnesota the way he did.
That's it.
3 TDs, no interceptions. Then he played a tough Carolina defense. As bad as they are, I mean, shit, their offense can't score points. 2
Defense is damn good.
TDs, no picks. Then he goes in against the Chiefs, a top 5 defense statistically.
How many?
3 TDs, no picks.
No picks.
He's doing this against really solid defenses.
Hey guys, with no run game.
With Aaron Jones out for half the year.
No run game.
Can he do it against Chicago at the 3?
I don't think so, though.
You know what he did?
Hey,
You know-
all this praise.
Televised.
Hold on.
Hey.
Hold on. You know what he did against Chicago, right? Home opener. 3 TDs,
Okay.
no
They're not the
picks.
same.
That-
I understand they're not the same.
That defense wasn't this
Mm-mm.
defense.
Listen, but they're
No.
playing at home. It's different in Lambeau. It's a different environment. I think Jordan Love can get it done. I
That's
think
one
the
of most
sample size that
exciting
we
games of the
have,
season.
his completion percentage in the back end of the year is averaging probably at about 68%. So he's completing at a high level despite some of the deficiencies at receiver. I think he
I
can
agree.
do it. I think he's better now than he was. And so is Chicago.
Yeah.
But now he's got
Yeah.
healthy Aaron Jones. So we'll see. He didn't have that.
Hey, but let me tell you something new. It doesn't matter how healthy Aaron Jones is, and I don't think people understand. A couple weeks ago, we talked about this. You don't want to play the Chicago Bears,
Yeah, they're stingy.
and the Packers are in this position right
Yeah.
now where they control their own destiny. They win,
They're
you
in.
win. That's
Same
it.
as last year, isn't it?
That's
I have
it.
a
But
question. But what if they win and the Seahawks win? Because they have the same record now. The
No, they're
Packers,
in.
The Packers are 1 seed ahead of them right now, so they have the tiebreaker, I assume. Okay.
they own the conference record.
There you go.
Is
So
higher.
they beat the Bears, and they're in. They're the
They're
seventh
in.
seed, but they got to beat Justin Field
And
the
then you
Chargers.
got to go play Dallas.
Come on.
Good luck. You know your
kinda might-
history
Okay, you know what?
with the
Hey,
Packers. You know your
hey, with that-
history.
With that
I
being
don't see
said-
Aaron Rodgers on that roster, so I don't care about the
I
history.
mean, but I see Green Bay Packers there.
I love the beginning of this conversation. With that being said, let's put a wrap to the first quarter. Hey guys, look, if y'all haven't already, clearly everybody that's here right now, you do follow the Couch Coach Club, but share it. Tell a friend. Get on the show. Come
Please.
talk to us.
Let's go.
We got days and days and days, but off season on the way. We need to talk. There's going to be a lot of conversation pieces. We want our other couch coaches to come out and come talk to us. Second quarter, all right? This is not a playoff picture, okay? That's what's going to be on every single segment, ESPN, NFL Network. This is a playoff picture. No. But in our playoffs, we want to talk about the road to the Super Bowl. So not who's in, but how do you win the Super Bowl? How do you get there? Because there are some routes that are super easy. For instance, the Baltimore Ravens can maybe coast all the way to the championship because they play somebody they've already beat by a lot at home. Right? But there's another scenario, for instance, Philadelphia Eagles, that doesn't look like they have a home game anymore.
Right.
And now they look one and done.
Ooh.
That's not their route to the Super Bowl. So with one more week left, some routes look a little bit different. I'm going to throw out a team and tell me what's the best case scenario.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Tim,
Yeah.
you should be a specialist. What's our best case scenario for the Dallas Cowboys to get to the Super Bowl?
All right. So right now we need to stay at the 2 seed. We need to stay at the 2 seed, which would mean that first game we would then get the 8th seed for the wild card game, which at this point would be the Seattle Seahawks. All right. At this point, they are the 8th seed. We'll win our first game here at home. I imagine that the Rams will win their playoff game. That would send them up to the 49ers. That would give us.
Well, no, Tim, you need to look at the 7th seed.
True. That's the Packers.
Yeah, so it would be Jordan Love.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's only 7. So we get the Packers. We beat the hell out of the Packers. I'm not worried about them
At all.
At all. The Eagles go to Tampa Bay. The Eagles handle business, I think, in Tampa. The Rams have to go to Detroit. Okay. I think Jared Goff holds off Matthew Stafford in Detroit. That then sends the lower seeded team to the Dallas Cowboys, which would be the Philadelphia Eagles. We would then send to Detroit. Oh, I'm sorry. The Eagles would go to San Francisco at that point. The Lions would come to Dallas. The best scenario is that the Eagles beat the
Come to
49ers.
daddy.
It's the best scenario.
That's the best scenario because we can handle Detroit and then we get a home game against those little itty bitty Eagles. And we're not scared of them no more. I am scared to go to Santa Clara because 2 years in a row we've gotten our ass beat there. Don't want to go back, but I'm okay.
You bet not.
I feel like we're not the same team as we were 2 months ago. So that's the best case scenario for us is that the 49ers lose to the Eagles in the second round.
The only way.
It's the only way. It's not the only way.
So
You got to get home at field advantage to win.
I guess for the Niners, your question is a little bit more complicated.
Yeah.
Is there a team that you don't want to see?
To a degree, I don't want to see the Rams. And I say this because I know it's the same sorry ass Rams, however you want to put it. Tim can attest to this. And gosh, man, I'll never forget about this. This will live with me for the rest of my life. Right?
Yeah.
It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. It
Oh my
really
God.
is. It really is.
It's
so
impossible.
I think it's not impossible.
It's been
But
done.
It's been done. The
but it's
Seattle Seahawks
near
and the
impossible.
Rams last year got
Mhm.
swept 3 times by us. So
Yeah.
it's possible.
Especially now.
What I don't like is that Kyle is sitting a lot of the guys. You can sit 7 players, and he's sitting some prime guys. I feel like a young guy like Brock Purdy needs to go out there and still get seasoned a little bit more before going into this. And I feel like, the best route for us, man, to be honest, is if Tampa Bay somehow beats Philly, a wounded Philly, and Tampa Bay comes to our place, we might mop the floor with them. Right?
That seems like an overmatch for sure.
It definitely is, right? So I feel like that's an easier path. However, I would be crazy to think that Detroit can't beat the Rams, right? But that put them with the Cowboys, right? And Detroit versus Dallas again. I think Detroit beats y'all. I really do. And then it's
At
going to be
home
No.
in Dallas.
see,
We're gonna show
See,
them
just
that.
not
see,
Dallas,
see,
man.
see. This is where I get messed up. This is where I get messed up because I'm looking at it from a week 17 standing, right? And the Packers may not even be in there. So who's that other team that's going to jump in there, right?
Mhm.
I
And
think
the
the
Rams are sitting their starters as well.
The Saints or the Seahawks might be the surprise team, but you know what, Brandon? As you were talking, I found an easier way for the Cowboys to make it to the Super Bowl. I
We got to
really did.
lose.
No, this is
And you
this
got
is
to
what
play at
has to
home.
happen. This is what has to happen. The Lions have to lose to the Rams. If the Lions lose to the Rams, that means the Rams then go to 49er land. You've already beat them twice.
Okay,
That
I love
gives-
this.
Hold
that
on, hold on,
means
hold on.
you-
We
if the
haven't beat
Rams-
them
Let 'em
twice.
finish.
We haven't beat
Let
them
'em finish.
twice.
But you will. You play them this
But
weekend?
you're about to.
Sam
Right.
Darnold's about to
About to.
start, bro.
Sam Darnold's playing
Oh, no,
against
you might
Carson
lose.
Wentz.
You might
So
lose. This
everything
still
is about to.
preseason.
I'm gonna let him finish.
Regardless, do you want to see a full strength Matthew Stafford, Puka Nakua, Cooper Cup come into you in a divisional round and beat you and have to come to Dallas?
I don't give a shit who shows
No.
up. It goes through us.
You
Okay,
just
you-
said
and
you were
you're right.
scared of the Rams.
I'm
Which-
not
which
scared
brings
of them,
me-
but that's the
which
only team
brings me-
because schematically we're the same.
Which brings me to my nugget. My nugget is I have my Super Bowl picks right now. And it's the Baltimore Ravens will rematch from a couple of weeks ago,
No, that's
the LA Rams.
Oh,
Because of the route
my
that you
God.
just got through
They're
talking
not
about.
beating the Cowboys and the 49ers.
Listen,
on the
listen
road.
to me.
They're not beating both
Listen to
of
me.
us.
Just because of the route that you just got through talking about.
This is why you keep losing.
I saw the same scenario. No. Because last week was beautiful.
Use
I even
logic.
called Arizona beating Philly.
You did. You've called some really good games.
Mhm. Yes. So look, when I say this is why it all kind of makes sense to me. I don't think anybody's better than the 49ers right now. Okay. And if the NFC teams want to make it past the 49ers, then you better ask the Rams. I
But
think
we
that's the
beat
only
their
team
ass
left that
all the
can do it.
time.
Hold on. You are right.
9-0
other team-
in regular season.
But hear me out. No other team has more familiarity with the 49ers.
Correct. Same scheme.
No other team has a Super Bowl winning quarterback in the NFC
It's true.
besides the Rams. So just like you said, oh, you know what? Brock Purdy he just needs a couple more reps.
Nah, he
Guess who
needs
doesn't
to
need those-
stay season. This is his first year
Guess
starting.
who
He still
doesn't
needs
need
season.
those reps?
The Rams
Stafford.
aren't coming in here to beat us. Matthew
Stafford don't need those reps.
But Stafford plays like absolute ass when he plays our D line, bro. We kill him.
Hey, you know what?
Good
Maybe,
luck.
Maybe I'm just giving you
But
the
I feel
path.
where you coming from because
I'm just
schematically,
giving you the path.
they're the only ones that can match up with us.
That's it.
They're the only
That's
ones
it.
schematically, right?
That's it.
I'm
You've
not
already
saying
stomped
talent.
everybody else.
I'm saying schematically, yeah, they
Stomped
know
everybody else
us.
out.
That's
Yes.
fantastic. I want to see the Rams go to I do. I want to see that game. I can't wait for the 49ers to lose that divisional game at home with all the hype. And the Rams have to come into Dallas, get smacked around.
Get monkey
Dallas-
stomped.
Dallas gets
It'll
to
be
play.
hot after that.
Dallas gets to play the Buffalo Bills in the
I hope they
That's
beat
like
your
a- like a
ass. I'm gonna
football.
fall out
I love his
laughing.
voice change.
Buffalo Bills.
Okay,
are going
so
to the Super Bowl.
So check me out. We do a lot of there is one thing that we can all say that we agree on is the Eagles, yuck. Eagles, okay? But as far as the Eagles, what's their best path to get to the Super Bowl here?
Beating.
That the 49ers and the Cowboys fold. And
Yeah.
and they don't have to play.
See,
So y'all
regard
think that
The best scenario for them is they get hot offensively, in my opinion. They
defense
have
starts to create turnovers.
Yeah, they have to get hot in their offense. I mean, AJ Brown is now causing problems in the locker room. That's been going on for a few weeks. You know,
Is that scuttlebutt or is it real?
I mean, I keep seeing it. Jalen Hurts looks on the sideline. I mean, you could see him arguing last week. He looks like he's lost his best friend. He looks like his puppy's lost. You know, maybe he's putting up a wanted sign for his kitty. He looks very, very sad every single day. He's fumbling. He's throwing interceptions. I really think this is a case of the Eagles need to go to the offseason and just reboot.
Damn.
Damn. RC said in our chat, the curse is lifted. Bring them on. Gonna be smoking on that pack. You forgot that pack whipped your ass in the NFC divisional game.
Okay, Stone Cold.
Pack.
We get it.
Hey, you look like Stone Cold more than me.
Give me a couple beers.
So let me give y'all another NFC. We'll stay on the NFC for right now. Let me give y'all another NFC scenario, guys. Look, I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? You already probably have your jokes ready, but you're still gonna hear my take. All right. The Vikings in the Super Bowl. All right. Hear me out. Okay. And it's still possible. I don't want to see your eyebrows, Nui. It's still possible.
I'm turning off my damn cam.
Listen to the scenario.
We're not even in the hunt.
Listen to the scenario. We are still in the hunt. There's still a chance.
He hears voices. He doesn't know what's going on.
There's still a chance. Seahawks have to lose to the Steelers. I mean, not the. I'm sorry. Seahawks have to lose.
You already messed it up. It's so unbelievable.
I'm too excited.
You already stumbled
Seahawks
over
have to lose to Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. It's possible. It's very possible.
Okay. What's that got to do with the Vikings?
Minnesota. They duel the Lions again in a game that we could have won. We just played them. We could have won. Minus the 4 turnovers, we could have won.
You don't have a quarterback.
That quarterback threw for 400. Okay, he can do it again.
Nicky Mullins.
And he had 4 INTs.
Hey, he wasn't bad. I don't know why they didn't make the switchback. They should have just kept him.
Weird. It was weird. But
your offensive production was there.
Let's say we beat the Lions. Right, and then the other one that makes a lot of sense. Chicago Bears beat Green Bay, and we're in.
It's possible.
No,
it is possible. It says wins, tie breaks over Atlanta based on head-to-head.
We own the tiebreaker over the Saints.
Division tie was initially used to eliminate Chicago. Minnesota wins the tiebreak over Chicago based on win percentage in common games. It is very possible. Tim.
It's very possible.
The Vikings on the
They're on 10 right now.
You know what, Tim?
These shitbirds are going crazy.
This is why it's even crazier than that.
There's 4 teams that are 500 right now in the playoffs.
I bet you didn't know this. The same scenario. The only difference is if Green Bay and Minnesota tie and the Bears win, then they're in.
The Bears?
Yes.
If who ties?
So the same scenario. It's the Seahawks lose to the Cardinals.
Okay.
All right. Which could happen.
You've been thinking about this all day.
Of course. Mad scientist. Okay? Minnesota.
We don't have those problems in San Francisco.
I don't mind if Minnesota gets in because you come to Dallas without a quarterback as the 7th seed, and that's
good luck.
Very easy.
Minnesota loses. It can happen, dude. It can happen.
You just want to be in the dance, right? You just want to get to the dance.
No, not at all anymore. I'm looking at.
You're looking at Jaden Daniels.
I'm looking at the pick between Jaden Daniels and Penix. It's going to be between those.
Penix is going to fall, guys. You heard it first.
And I'll take it.
He shouldn't.
And he shouldn't. But his injuries. But if he falls to the right team, oh my God.
If he falls to Seattle, the NFC West is going to have a shift.
Doubt it because you got Brock Purdy playing. Doubt it. Okay. Doubt it. Brock Purdy owns the West right now. He owns it. Mm-hmm. He hasn't lost in the West. He ain't lost.
Irresponsible to do that.
How's that irresponsible?
You played through Geno's contract.
You played through Geno. Absolutely. Let his injuries heal, right? Get his body right. Let him use the NFL game.
I just got a text message from Big D Fields, our big tackle from the old minor league football days, one of our golf buddies.
Come here, Roman.
He said, "What is this dude talking about the Vikings? They don't have even a quarterback."
Boom! And look, I'm just dropping y'all scenarios on how the Vikings can still get in the dance because anything's possible. So I want you to hear it first. Hear all the scenarios.
Everything's possible. There you go.
All right. There's still a chance here. Okay.
What's next?
The last thing. So the Lions, they're kind of the other good team that we haven't touched on. What's the chances of the Lions getting to the Super Bowl? How can it happen?
They're going to have a tough road. I mean, they're going to have one home playoff game, and then they're going to have to go to San Francisco more than likely. And if they were to win that game, more than likely have to come back to Dallas. The best shot
Dallas,
for them is that they go and beat San Fran, and Dallas shits the bed in the divisional game, and the Lions then get a home playoff game for the NFC title.
Maybe against the Rams.
That's their only scenario. But
maybe
they'd have to beat the 49ers, and the Cowboys have to lose.
Maybe against
which
the
is
Rams.
Completely possible.
Oh, Matthew Stafford comes back.
Go crazy.
I think the way they play football, they are designed to get to the ship.
Have they played this year, the Lions and the 49ers? I mean,
no, they haven't.
I think that's a great game. I think
it would be good.
It's almost like looking in the mirror for the 49ers.
Sure, it's not.
Lots of play action.
Sure, it's not.
Okay, yeah.
Sure, it's not.
Good defense.
Sure, it's not. Good defense. Can we stop talking about the Detroit Lions defense outside of Aiden Hutchinson?
Yeah, because they just gave up 400 yards to Nick Mullins.
Listen, bro. Dallas has been playing trash for the last 3 games offensively. Y'all haven't scored over 20 points offensively.
No, but at home we still average.
Nah, I mean, but at the same time, look. No, Detroit gives up the most big plays in the freaking league for the past 2 years.
Talk yourself into it all you want.
I mean, hey, I'm a fantasy champ, so I know a little bit. You hear that?
I was wrong.
You hear me pull that card? You see me pull that card?
I was wrong. I have to revert.
Same guy who told me to start Jared Goff versus Dallas.
The Lions
will
go
go
to San Fran first. The Lions will come to Dallas should we win our game, and the Lions win their game. So the Lions really have would have to come and beat the Cowboys, and then hope that the Rams were to beat the 49ers so that they
get the home game
against the Rams, which I'll tell you what, as a fan, if my Cowboys don't get in there,
that's fun.
I would pay big money to watch, even on TV,
fun.
the Rams and Matthew Stafford play in Detroit.
That would be awesome. Jarvis said Vikings get in, the Cowboys are going to drag them. Sorry, Stephen. Schematically, it doesn't match up for you.
Come on.
Lions won't go to San Fran. Lions would play Cowboys in the second round. And the Lions will be victorious.
I'm on 24, man. I don't want to see us in 24. Anyways, let's keep it. I want to.
But you're right. I made a mistake. I misspoke. I apologize.
Oh, you're good,
would
man.
Not go to San Fran. They would go to Dallas.
So let's go to the AFC. I want to touch on one thing that's the most interesting thing I've heard about this part of the race to date. Buffalo Bills win number 2 seed.
Wow, what a run. What a run they made.
But with a loss, there's a chance that they don't even make the playoffs.
That's so messed up.
Wow.
How dramatic
is
that?
What would have to happen for them to completely
It's not even a lot.
How dramatic is
that?
Even a lot.
The Steelers have to beat the Ravens and the Jags win. That's it.
The Steelers aren't beating the Ravens.
Yes, they are with Tyler Huntley playing.
Oh. No, Tyler Huntley once took the Ravens to the playoffs. So
I agree. But you talking about Mike Tomlin, Mason Rudolph right now?
They still have the number 1 scoring defense and one of the number 1 rushing attacks in all of football. So
I agree, bro. I agree.
And the Steelers are a shit show.
I agree.
So
the good thing is, to me, the Dolphins are a shit show. So
Steelers just won back-to-back games with Mason Rudolph. It's possible.
Well, it's possible.
It's extremely possible.
It's crazy possible.
Yeah,
the Bills are at home.
Yeah, you don't think for 1 second that the Steelers and Mike Tomlin will find one of them ugly games to win? Dude, it's a coin flip. Didn't they beat them last time?
You know what? I hate that the Ravens may approach this game as like a preseason type game, and the Steelers are approaching this game as a hey, we're all playing for our jobs type of game. And that does. I bet if Talib was on the show tonight, he would tell us that makes a difference.
It changes the integrity of the game.
Yeah,
it changes so much.
Yeah,
and
I don't like this 18th week, man, because it's really useless at this point.
It's so stupid. Look at it. All the quarterbacks are sitting. There's not a good quarterback in sight.
Not all. The Bills and the Dolphins have a playoff game this weekend.
That's true. The Bills and the playoffs have a playoff game.
The Bears and the Packers have a playoff game. I mean, there's a few things. The Texans and the Colts have a playoff game.
That's huge. Oh, okay. So look, the Bills. Look, I think the only shot that the Ravens don't win a Super Bowl is because they got beat by the Buffalo Bills.
I agree.
That in my opinion, I just don't see it from anybody else.
You don't think Cleveland can do it?
I don't know. I think Cleveland is the other team that could beat them.
They're the only ones who know
They're
him
the only
just
one.
as well.
Cleveland and the Bills, I think, could beat the Ravens in the playoffs. And I say that because both quarterbacks have been there, done that. I mean,
Yeah.
Josh Allen is 13 seconds away from a Super Bowl. Joe Flacco has won a Super Bowl. That Browns defense is every bit as good as the Ravens defense. That's not a matchup the Ravens want.
I don't hate it.
The Browns.
No, I don't hate it. Yeah, I agree. I don't hate it. But I think it's the Buffalo Bills. I just think if you're going to, from what I've seen from Todd before, right? Let's think back. Let's think back to Georgia. You know how, like, regular season, that team was just kind of, they just coast through to a win, even offensively. And then in the playoffs, the offense would explode all of a sudden. I feel that's going to happen for the Baltimore Ravens. I don't think we've seen 65% of what that offense can do yet. And you're going to see another installment come in the playoffs, and it might be dangerous.
I think you may have some beer goggles from the weekend, them playing Miami in Baltimore, in a case where Miami has proven to us that outside of beating Dallas at home, they have not beaten a winning team. And Lamar went crazy that night. Can Lamar do that against the Cleveland Browns? They already lost to the Browns with an ailing Deshaun Watson on the other side. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a fantastic playoff run.
Lamar's one of the only quarterbacks
that are up for it: the Bills, the Browns, and the Ravens.
Lamar's one of the only quarterbacks that's had a really good game versus the Browns this year. Accounted for 4 TDs, 3 TDs, 1 rushing.
That was the first game.
That was the first game.
The second game did not go nearly as well.
No. But what about the third game? Right. Do you think these guys are hot right now, or
the second game he had 3 turnovers? So I don't expect for Lamar to have.
It's hard for me to think.
I know Flacco is a difference maker, man.
It's just hard for me to think these guys are going to sit, especially the number 1 seeds, man. It bothers me. I'm not going to lie, and you hear it first. It bothers me because it messes up with tempo and flow. It messes up with the speed of the game. Your body is calloused to pursue these games. Yes, it helps if you're not injured. Fuck, man, play. Like at least a quarter. Like a quarter or half. Let's keep the flow right. Like this bothers me. Because you ain't played in 3 weeks, you know.
We are still communicating right. Let's make sure we're still doing the simple things right. We don't have to get crazy with it.
Don't get cocky.
Just stay dialed in, and when we feel comfortable that we're still at game speed, everyone sit down.
Yeah.
Right? Like a preseason game.
So AFC South, as we know,
this is a big one
today. It's so huge. There's pretty much 3 contenders that can make it to the playoffs.
Sure.
Yeah.
Out of those 3, is there one that could make it to the Super Bowl, or is that a waste to even cover?
It'd be crazy to think the Texans couldn't do it.
I
mean,
we haven't
right now. I feel like they're playing pretty good. And everybody looks.
Quarterback there since Dan Marino.
Dan took him his rookie year.
Yeah, for the Dolphins, 84.
Wow.
And lost.
To the 49ers.
And never got back.
Never.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was close.
What a great.
In 85, they lost.
Take a shot for that guy.
In 85, they were the only team to beat the 85 Bears, and then they lost to the Patriots in a rain-soaked AFC title game, and then the Patriots got blown out to Chicago. If Miami beats the Patriots, I don't know if the 85 Bears beat Miami in that Super Bowl because Dan Marino was incredible.
He was crazy. He was
against us.
Were you at the game?
Anyway,
I wasn't even born yet.
Okay, so look, all right. AFC South. Is there? I mean, I don't see a path where either one of these teams make it past the first round.
The Colts, Minshew Magic. They're the only team I think that could do something magical. Honestly.
Okay.
That's
so.
I don't know. It's hard. I think the AFC is those 3 teams, man. It's going to be really tough.
So let's be respectful. Okay. And because I don't want to have this conversation in 3 weeks, and we didn't even talk about it. All right. What's up with the Chiefs?
You know,
Because I see a path.
Something
There's
tells
a
me
path.
they're going to
But
turn up.
If
I see a
Buffalo
path.
gets that 2 seed, right, and then the Chiefs win their first road wild card game, or maybe they get a home wild card game, and then they have to go to Buffalo.
They wouldn't. They win the
If the Chiefs can
division.
beat anybody on the road. If
They'll win the
Buffalo
division,
doesn't-
Tim.
What's that?
They'll win the division. They're guaranteed a home game.
I know they're going to get a home. What I'm saying is they'd have to travel the next game
Sure.
Regardless.
to the 2 seed, right? Should the Bills win their game, and the only way is if the Bills lose their wild card game, or the Dolphins, if they're in the 2 seed, lose their wild card game, then the Chiefs get another home game. But let's suppose that the Bills take care of business, the Chiefs have to go to Buffalo. That might be the only team that Patrick Mahomes can beat on the road with this team, because he's beaten Josh Allen so many times. But I don't know, man. You're going to Buffalo. The team that can't catch the ball, probably in a blizzard.
Well, we'll say this. This is the first time Patrick Mahomes has had a top 3 defense in the league.
Yeah.
Normally they get hot in the back ends of the year. They've been consistent all year.
They need new gloves.
Have they not, Stephen?
They have.
They have. So magically with these veterans, they can probably turn up and smack people in the mouth and may make a run to the Super Bowl. I can't say no to Pat Mahomes, man.
It's
He doesn't
hard.
give me.
They're
It's
gonna win a
hard.
home-
He ain't give me a
they're gonna-
reason to.
They're going to win a home game and then presumably go to Buffalo and beat them, and then presumably go to Baltimore and beat them.
They wouldn't have to go to Buffalo.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. Buffalo would be the 2 seed. They would absolutely have to go to Buffalo.
And that's
yeah,
fine.
they're-
But I trust my. Listen, man. Until he fails, you got to just roll with it.
Yeah, you know what? Now
Just
think about
saying,
it.
bro.
That's not what Buffalo wants. Buffalo doesn't want to go. They don't want to play KC.
No.
They don't want to
I
play
don't know.
KC.
God no.
KC can't catch the ball, bro.
Okay, they barely escaped. They barely beat them. Imagine.
Like I said, Kansas
And the
City, that's
emergence
the
of
team that they
Rashid
want to
Rice
beat.
is strong right now.
But I don't know that the Chiefs
And
can beat the
Pacheco
Ravens.
is rolling right now. McKinnon can get involved in that pass game, man. They
Well,
still
you
got
know,
some
that's
things
why-
they can do, bro. It's only 3 games. They got 3 games to get there.
This game's so
Andy
important.
Reid
This
is the best coach of all time.
this
Maybe.
Miami Buffalo game is a huge. It's such a big playoff game.
This is
It
huge.
is the playoffs.
And it's the last
It's
game
the
of the
playoffs.
night. It's the last game of the night. Oh,
It's
man.
the playoffs. It's so big.
Oh, man. This is the playoffs.
Man.
And Texans and Colts are playoffs. You
Yeah.
got a couple
Okay,
playoff
so,
games this week.
Oh, before I move on, there's just one more team that I want to know. Kind of, where y'all think, as far as we kind of touched on it a little bit, but I didn't hear from you, Nui. Realistically, what's a scenario for the Browns to get to the Super Bowl? Because it looks really realistic. It's weird.
Well, see, I don't know where they sit right now, and they're sitting at 5.
They're sitting
so
at 5, and they
kinda guide me
technically can't
here.
move.
So they're going to play
sitting at 5.
Jacksonville. They're going to play Jacksonville
Right.
at this
Out the
moment,
gate.
right? They're probably going to beat Jacksonville. This is going to be the game of the AFC playoffs to me for the divisional round. And I say this because this is Lamar's old mentor. And he comes back with a team he's very comfortable with, because he's done it for the past 10, 15 years with the Ravens, with a strong defense, a solid run game, some decent enough receivers to make some things happen, right? It all depends on the emergence of Amari Cooper and can he stay healthy. Amari is not very good away from home. It's been known, right? But I think they can possibly make a run here. If they do, this is the only team I see that's a threat to Baltimore, to be honest, because they know him and they're athletically, they can match up with him to a degree when it comes to their D-line and just the corners, the way they play. They're very aggressive. I mean, that defense can go tap for tap with the other defense. So I feel like, can they really keep him funneled in a little bit? But their road, if they turn around and then play Kansas City, but they're going to have to play in Kansas City. If Kansas City makes a nice little run, I think the Browns can make a true run, bro. I really do.
They can, to me. They can.
Baltimore's the test. After that, they're going to roll through people.
They have the easiest matchup of any team. You know what I mean? Like, to me,
the Jags.
the Jags would be the worst in the playoffs. So they have and I think they're gonna go
Jags are
into
worse than the
Jacksonville
Colts.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
I think so.
They're beat up.
Imagine
The
this,
the
though.
Colts are hotter.
Imagine this.
They're a hotter team.
The Dolphins drop down to the 6th seed, right?
Correct.
If the Bills win and go to the 2 seed.
And
Now,
then the
imagine
Dolphins
that
will have to go to KC.
Good luck. They're gonna
Correct.
wipe them.
Now,
Wipe 'em.
imagine that the Chiefs beat the Dolphins and the Bills somehow lose. The Bills lose to the Colts or the Texans or whoever. Now
It
you've
would
got
be the Colts
Bills,
or one of those two. Yeah.
yeah. So now you've got the Chiefs having a home game against the Browns. Can the Browns go to Kansas City? And there's so many different scenarios that we could see.
I don't think
we could
so
see,
now.
There's
Now-
a scenario where the Browns get a home game in the divisional round. How crazy is that? You'd have to have some lower seeds win games.
Yeah, you have to have some lower seeds win
But,
games, but
yeah,
I think
there's-
bottom
you'd
line,
have
the
to-
biggest threat is the Ravens
going on
to
here.
Cleveland. The Ravens are the
There is
biggest
a
threat.
scenario where they go right to Baltimore in the divisional round.
Well, they're gonna have to.
Does Baltimore want to see Cleveland after sitting their starters for,
I
as you
don't
said,
know.
for a game and then 2 weeks?
That sitting in the first seed, dude, just makes me so nervous. Play at least 3 quarters, man. Callous your body. Get used to it.
So we got one more week. Y'all ready for your Super Bowl picks yet?
Yep.
I am.
I think I already did it.
I'm standing with it, man. I'm gonna shock the world. Baltimore and LA.
I've got the Dallas Cowboys facing off. This is a time and generation where my wife has told me fashionably that 90s is coming back, 90s music, 90s fashion. And the Cowboys and the Bills play twice in the 90s
That'd be fun.
in the Super Bowl, and this is the year for it.
It'd be fun.
Bills versus Cowboys.
I got the 49ers versus the Baltimore Ravens, the rematch, and this time we get it done. But I will go on here to say, if Lamar does win it, bro, I will genuinely be hella happy for him. I'm not even bullshitting, bro, because this is huge. This is huge if he does it. Now, I would love for my Niners to get that 6. Is it our time? We'll see. We just got to take care of business, man. One game at a time. I'm not going to overhype this shit because we've seen what can happen.
Yeah. I think that'll wrap up this because we're gonna have to touch on a little bit more playoffs. We got one more week to talk about the heat up. We're gonna have to see if people stood on what their business that they were supposed to stand on and who makes the playoffs. We'll really get to know next week, and we'll do a deeper dive. That'll wrap up this second quarter. Look, guys, I want to keep pushing it. When y'all come on here and y'all talk to us, not only will this grow the show, not only does it add to the algorithm, but man, it makes this whole experience fun. We are the couch coaches, but plenty of you guys are couch coaches too. So give us your feedback. Some of you might even be smarter than us, who are smarter than the guys who make millions, and that's a fact. And if you haven't been tuned in to the QB Huddle podcast, they've been going live. It's really fun to sit back and watch you guys with the banter that you do on that show, because you really get to see y'all's brains, like,
nerd stuff, super
when
nerd
y'all talk
stuff.
quarterbacks, y'all get real nerdy. You know what I mean? Y'all got it. So lock in with the QB Huddle podcast. We kind of rambled a little bit in the second quarter, but there's just a lot to talk about.
There's
a lot of going on.
You gotta let it roll.
It's so thick. It's so thick. Like normally it's not. There's a lot more teams that are out of the race. And then there's a lot more teams where, they've been stuck in this position for 2-3 weeks. And now we're looking at people like Pat Mahomes, like, Roy, you going to make it past the first round? Josh Allen, dog, are you even going to make the playoffs? Jalen Hurts, so like, what's happening over there? Like, it's just, this is a fun year. So I'm glad we got to spend that time with it. And we're going to do the same thing next week. Let's roll over to the third quarter. Y'all know how we do.
Damn, dude, we're almost in an hour. Wow.
You know what I mean?
Man.
But it was fluid. It's fine.
We
work. You know how we do in the third quarter, man.
This is
the Big Ten stock market. You know what I mean? Who's our risers? Who's our fallers? We kind of already talked about it, but let's do a deeper dive into that. Tim, who's your rising and falling team this week?
So my rising team, I don't have to talk too much about it, but it's Dallas Cowboys, man.
Yeah.
We won a big game, national TV. The Lions coming in, that our playoff team. We cemented our number 2 seed, and we're looking forward to a strong playoff. Oh, well, we didn't cement it yet. We got to be Washington, but I feel good about that. And we're looking forward to a good playoff run. So I think the Cowboys proved to themselves that they can win a big game when it matters. So I'm excited.
I like that. Fallen team.
My faller team is Tampa Bay. They had a chance to clinch the division. Baker, he threw for 309, but he also threw 2 picks. And with his 2 touchdowns, you can't throw 2 and 2. You can't get blown out 23-13. It was worse than that when you're watching the game. Tampa was 25% on 3rd down. That's not playoff football. They go to the Charlotte this weekend. They need to win, right? To stay in the playoffs.
They can lose
because New Orleans also, if New Orleans wins and Tampa Bay loses, Tampa's out. So Tampa Bay is my faller because now I don't have as much confidence in them as I did a few weeks ago. So that's where I'm at with them.
Gotcha.
Louis?
Man, I got the Cleveland Browns. They're on a 4-game win streak. Joe Flacco's playing lights out, just getting off the couch and showing us how it's done as a veteran quarterback. That defense is playing nasty. They're creating a lot of turnovers. They, to me, besides the Ravens, are the hottest team in the AFC. And I don't think anybody wants to see them. I just don't. I think they're playing with that confidence. The fan base feeds off of it. Cleveland's finally turning this thing around. What is it? Kevin Stefanski. I mean, definitely a person who's up for Coach of the Year. I mean, my damn. You've had Nick Chubb.
4 quarterbacks too.
Yeah, 4 quarterbacks. Your all-pro running back is out. You managed to find a way to sign back Kareem Hunt. You guys are getting those things going. You may found something in Ford, who's really turning a corner too. So that's definitely my riser. My faller right now, man, to be honest, is the Miami Dolphins. They can't seem to find a way to beat a team over 500 outside of the Dallas Cowboys. That's very concerning because when it comes to playoff football, yes, you are the most dynamic run team right now statistically. Even Mostert has damn near 20 touchdowns rushing. Did anybody know that?
Yeah.
And he sat out, right? So Jalen Waddle, they're a little banged up right now. I think the Bills team is a very hungry team because just like Renard said in the chat, he said it's crazy to think Josh Allen and not in the playoffs, right? That's just blow up. This is mind blowing. You're thinking Mahomes and Allen and Lamar and like you're just thinking that's the guy, right? I mean, he's got 40 total touchdowns, but this is a make or break. And I think they probably break the doors off of Miami and they deplete them just like they did last year. And then Miami goes into a 1st-round exit. That is a strong prediction, but I really feel that way because I don't feel when they get outside of feeding Tyreek Hill and the run game isn't there, they implode, bro. And Bradley Chubb's out. That's major. They lost 2 of their top defensive ends.
Right.
Out. It's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Same team. And Xavier Howard got hurt as well. So
oh my God. It just looks so bad. And I love the coach. The coach is awesome, but it sucks. Check that out on HBO Max because you're really about to see the fall.
Bro, it's fun to watch.
I need to watch it. I need to watch it.
No, it's entertaining.
I was
this year.
watching it until they played the Cowboys, and now I can't bring myself to watch the week that they play the Cowboys. I just can't bring myself to turn that episode.
It was entertaining for sure.
I might have to skip that episode and watch the fall.
Next.
So my risers have kind of integrated themselves in for them to be a major division foe of mine. I have like this weird adoration for this team right now, but the Chicago Bears, man, like that was impressive. You know what I mean? And that was such an impressive win because the Falcons have been fighting for a playoff spot. They've been fighting for a playoff spot for weeks. And, you know what I mean? They've been going back and forth with quarterbacks. I think they thought, hey, let's bring in Taylor Heineke. He'll bring a little stability to the position, and we can at least go beat the Bears, right?
Nope.
And just another dominating performance. I mean, everything looked good. Justin Fields was an ugly game as far as weather goes. Justin Fields played pretty damn good. Khalil Herbert played out of his mind. When you find a running game from a guy who didn't do this all season, this late in the season, it's scary. But the defense, man, they're a problem. Okay, they got 2 probably top 10 for sure, maybe even top 5 picks on the way. They are an absolute problem.
They're going to be really good. Hopefully Harbaugh goes there. They got to get Harbaugh, man.
I just
They
hope
have
they bear.
to.
I just hope they.
That would
I
be
just hope they
amazing.
like
They
Chicago Bears
have
did.
to,
But
bro.
I really
Messing
don't
up.
want easy because I really don't want Harbaugh to leave Michigan yet.
But here's the thing: if Harbaugh wins the Natty, which I think he's gonna do, he
Then let him
goes
go.
there. Don't understand. He's gonna be able to pick the groceries. So JJ McCarthy may go with him.
Yeah, but I like.
Yeah.
It may be
I want
crazy to
Justin
think
Fields.
that, but
I
Justin
want, I,
had.
want, I don't want
It's
JJ
true.
McCarthy over Justin Fields. As much as I
At
love
all.
JJ, I don't
Oh
want
no,
JJ
not at all, not at all. But we know the arrogance of Harbaugh, man. I mean, we had Alex Smith when he was the head coach, and he brought in Cap.
I
That was
feel
his
like
quarterback. That's what he wanted.
If Jim Harbaugh came to the Bears, he would do for Justin Fields what he did for Colin Kaepernick, and it would be times 10
Ooh,
because Justin
boy.
Fields is 10 times better than Colin Kaepernick.
Well, I mean,
athletic
look,
Oh, hold on,
Bears
hold
have pretty
on,
much already said that
hold
Matt
on. You
Eberflus
said
will be
that
the
with a
candidate.
smirk. You act like Cap didn't do work when he was in his
No, he
prime.
was great, but I'm telling you, and for some reason it's fallen on deaf ears. But in about 5 years, we're going to look back at this. Justin Fields is beyond special. We just haven't seen it yet.
He's so special.
He's very
He's
special.
special.
But for you to compare him to Lamar was asinine.
I'm telling you, keep watching. Just keep watching. Lamar wasn't Lamar right away either. Keep watching.
Look, I think some things are going to happen.
He
Lamar's
was
a
the
certain way.
MVP in his
Bears-
second year, his first year starting. What are you talking
First year's
about?
a starter. Justin Fields didn't have the capability to sit behind a Joe Flacco and learn the game. He had to play right away. Give the kid time.
Oh, he had Andy Dalton.
Bro, you don't
You
watch
got to
him.
sit behind
You don't
Andy
watch him.
though.
He got to sit behind Andy, a playoff quarterback.
He sat and he started and he sat and he started. It was a mess. Chicago's been a mess. The fact that he is doing this and the crowd is chanting his name at the end of the game.
That's
Justin,
goosebumps.
We want Justin.
We want Justin.
Justin.
It was crazy.
I
But here's
mean,
the thing,
the dude is special.
Tim, you know this division very well. You know what this game is. It's Chicago at Green Bay. So regardless, it shows now it's a 0.2% chance that the Bears can make the playoffs. So there's a chance. So they're gonna go play hard.
Justin
They already
Fields'
got the first pick of the draft locked in.
right.
So they're gonna play. Matt Eberflus is playing for his job right now. You go win at Lambeau, there's no Harbaugh conversation.
I don't know.
You go win it. If he wins at Lambeau, the conversation about
Because
him
now the
leaving
players
is
believe
dead.
in him.
Yeah.
The players are on. Dude, he made a
they
great
won 8
offseason.
games.
He made a great free agents acquisition here during the trade
Huge.
line. And it turned everything around surprisingly.
Eberflus isn't making those decisions.
No,
He's
it's
not
Ryan.
the GM.
I
Ryan
mean,
Poles.
I get it, but he's
He's a part
coaching.
of it, and
He's
that
coaching.
defense is.
And
the
you could tell
defense
in
is
them
part of
locker
the
room
reason.
talks like they fuck with him.
The defense is part of the reason why. And if you're gonna keep Fields actually likes his coach, which is if you hear him talk, it sounds like they do actually like
If
each other.
that's the case, then I want the Bears to go out and get a veteran quarterback that can help Fields in the room. A veteran.
For
that can
what?
sit
I don't
behind
hate
Justin
that.
I
and help
just-
him
That's
in the
not
room.
it's not terrible.
I
I
mean,
didn't
like
say he's
who?
terrible, but he still needs some development in his passing game, as athletic as he is, and he's only going to get better, and he's only going to get better by having somebody to help him. And right now, I don't see anybody on that staff that can develop that part of his game. So let's bring a guy in, right?
So
Let's
how-
bring an older
yeah.
quarterback
So how
in.
long do you keep Fields?
Keep him? He's the franchise. You keep
He's a
him.
franchise though.
He's
Because
the
I'm gonna
Don't
keep it
watch
honest with you. You keep
don't watch
continuing to
this,
give
man.
this mediocre performance season in and season out.
He did not give you a mediocre performance. This
I'm
season.
not
been
saying. I'm
mediocre
not
this
saying
year.
like. This is what I'm saying.
We saw growth. Period.
If you're not,
And when-
it
when
feels
you
like if
get
you're
Marvin
not in the
Harrison
top
Jr.
10,
on that team,
if you're not in the top 10, it feels like
look what they've done.
You're
over the last
expendable.
quarter of the
Wait,
season,
wait,
Brandon.
that's
what you have to
unfair.
Look at.
That's
Look what the Bears have done the last quarter of the season, and then look what they're going to be able to do in draft and free agency with the money that they have, and then that can give you a vision of where this team can go.
let's take a look at
Li-
them.
but listen to this conversation we just got through having though. The conversation was just about Lamar. So and I love Lamar, but
Please don't
sometimes
compare this kid
Lamar's numbers aren't in the top 5 all the time.
No, they're not.
But
They're
that doesn't
still
change what he
mid-tier
did
from
in
a
the
passing
game.
No.
statistics.
Well, I'm not saying that. I
And
say
Justin
look.
Fields has
You
been
can look at
changing games.
you can look at stats, guys. He's put up 2 performances of double-digit touchdowns. 2.
They run the football.
Every other time, no.
We say the same things about Justin. When I say that
What do you
about
mean?
Lamar Jackson, you tell me what else Lamar brings to that team.
I
Have you sat and
understand.
watched the Bears game?
How many?
Because I've watched.
Let
every
me
single
ask you
Bears
this.
game
Let me
this
ask
year.
you this. Since you watched every Bears game, how many 100-yard games rushing has Justin Fields had this year?
Oh, he's had at least one that I know of.
He's got 104, and the rest is it.
No. That I think that's the
That's
wrong question
one.
to ask.
How many
That's the wrong
100-yard
question to ask.
games?
It's
has
a question.
Lamar
Question
had?
is,
Lamar's
how many-
been running
how
for
many-
40
how many
yards,
100-yard
30
games?
yards.
How many 100-yard games have the running backs had? And it's a lot. So let's be clear here. They're number 2. And they're number 2 in the league. They're above the Detroit Lions. They're above the Miami Dolphins. They're above your beloved 49ers at rushing the football.
So let me
run the
ask you
football.
this. That's fine. So let me ask you this, guys. So does 2,400 yards, 61%, 16 TDs to 9 picks. Is that good year? Would you say that's
He
a
didn't
good
play
year?
the whole season.
Doesn't
He
matter.
sat
Would
out
you
like
say that's a
4
good year?
games.
Doesn't matter. Would you say that's a good
He
year?
sat out for a month. Of course, it's not
Yes.
a good statistical
Yes.
year.
Would you say that's a
It
16
was
and
a
9?
month. It
16
was a
and
good
9.
year.
16 and
Absolutely
9.
good year.
He sat
16
out
and
for a
9.
month. He sat out for a month. He
Okay.
didn't play
16
in
and
4 or
9
5
is the same
games.
thing that I saw from Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, and
Do you know how many
for
games
most
he's
of the
had
season.
interceptions in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come
He
on,
said he
man.
needs to grow in the
I
passing game.
understand he needs to grow, but at the same time, this game is. I mean, don't get me
You don't
wrong.
watch the
Just
Bears. You don't watch the Bears games.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You've been
I like
doesn't
it.
matter. It doesn't
I
matter.
like it. And if you want, okay, we'll
matter.
revisit this in 3 years, and you'll come
It
back
doesn't
and be
matter
like,
because
okay.
the conversation.
Listen, if it wasn't for Justin Fields, the Bears may not have won any games this
I
year.
agree.
And that's
I
a
agree.
fact.
I'm not saying he's not a dynamic player, Tim. But what you guys are
Game
saying is
changer.
no. Okay, we can say that. But what you guys are putting out is not reflecting what I see. That's not.
Okay, well,
Well, I
up
think-
until
If
it
my
kinda depends on
quarterback
what-
is 16 and 9, we got a turnover problem. What the fuck? What are y'all missing? Y'all
Well,
on the
well,
hype
well,
juice. Y'all on the
I said
highlight
he needs-
tapes.
he needs development in his passing game.
I
and will
understand
go
that,
back-
but
I'm going to challenge you to go back and look at his interceptions.
I don't-
'cause what
I
you said
watch his
about
film, Tim.
Listen, what you said about Brock Purdy, he's had at least 4 tipped interceptions out of those 9.
And that's fine. Brock's had 3
Well,
tips this whole fucking
okay.
2 seasons.
Well, that's all you want.
So let me ask you, but I'm looking. Listen, I'm looking at growth, but when I look at 16 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, and you want me to pay you $100 million fucking dollars? Get real.
He's the franchise. Who's better than Justin Fields right
He's
now?
got 1 year to prove it, just like Jordan Love. It's a 1-year
Well, I
prove it
mean-
deal, and if he doesn't get it done, he's getting shipped out. I like
The
him.
franchise- the
So-
franchise-
so
But you guys are
is
talking
your-
like this guy's an MVP right now. Come on, man.
Hell no.
We
No.
didn't say that.
That's not the
We didn't.
conversation. The conversation is the conversation from the beginning is the Bears are hot. All right.
Cool.
The Bears are a riser. All right. And part of them being a riser is their defense has been playing really, really good. Matt Eberflus is paying for his job, and they would botch this situation by drafting a quarterback and not staying with Justin
Yes.
Fields.
I stand with
That is the
Justin
only-
Fields. I do.
They don't have
And the
to
only
take
reason I
Justin
say
Fields
that,
this year.
and the only reason I say that is because Caleb Williams is going to be the guy. And no, don't you do that.
No.
Don't you do that. Keep
Don't do
Justin
that.
Fields. But when you tell me that he has had great production, fuck no.
No. But that's not
We
the
didn't say
conversation,
great- We
Brandon.
didn't say anything about his production.
Rewind this.
That's not the
Rewind
conversation.
this.
It's recorded. It's recorded. But that's not the conversation. The conversation is you don't want to take another North Carolina quarterback, right?
Nope.
No.
So you
No, I wouldn't touch Drake May
Right?
with a
So
10
Drake May's
foot.
out. It better not be Caleb Williams.
Please don't do that
Right?
to Justin.
You trade the pick.
He's out.
You
can't be
trade the
Penix.
pick, you get more
'Cause he
picks.
can't- Yes, you
You
can't
get
be
Marvin
Penix.
Harrison Jr.
Dude.
You go on about
So
your
it would
business.
be irresponsible to part ways with Justin Fields, and
It'd
that's
be
the
the
only
dumbest thing the
combo.
franchise could
Yeah,
do.
I don't
Set the
think you should
franchise
do
back
that.
another 10
Listen,
years.
RC
Don't
says
do that.
right now in the chat, Justin's not getting paid.
Listen,
No,
we
he's
don't
not
have to pay-
RC. I get
He's
it.
not going to get paid this
I
year. He
get
doesn't
it.
have to get paid.
I
yet.
get it, Tim.
He'll get paid next year.
But if he puts up this same shit that he's putting up right now, he ain't getting paid.
Look what
Let
he's
me
done
tell
the
y'all-
last quarter of the season. That's what I'm asking. you to
Okay,
do.
I'll look at what he's done the last quarter of the season.
Since he came back,
All
from
they-
his
all they've done
injury.
is
1,
win.
2, 3, 4. 3, 4. He's had 4 touchdowns to 4 picks, Tim.
How many rushing touchdowns? How many
2.
rushing yards? I mean, that's
How
what
many
we want.
45, 30.
How many wins?
How many wins?
He's had back-to-back wins literally the entire year twice.
Not the past 2 years.
I mean, understand. Listen,
the past year.
I understand what
has
he's
he done
doing,
in the
guys.
last
I'm
5
not
games?
saying
They've been
Justin.
winning.
I get it, man. See, that's the thing. But then we just fucking throw Brock Purdy under the thing like it's a goddamn system.
We've all been on your side with Brock
I
Purdy.
understand that, but it's just generally like you guys are thinking like
So you're taking
No.
your Brock Purdy.
he's
first pick?
inconsistent as fuck, Tim.
The only thought about it, Justin
Damn.
Fields can be.
That's
Justin
why
Fields-
That's why I want a veteran in the room.
Fam.
He said, well, "Hey, listen, we've already talked about all of those reasons why he's inconsistent.
Yeah.
That's
Listen,
what we talked about. That
Listen.
was the only conversation. It was you have a defensive head coach. You got Matt Eberflus. You need to bring in somebody who can help hone in his talents.
he's only
You already don't.
I get it.
It'd be irresponsible to let Justin Fields go.
Brother, he's only thrown for 70% completion 2 times this
matter.
year.
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't, because you're right now. Y'all just told me Jordan Love is not getting paid, right? And give me a second, because
I think he should. I think he should.
You're probably thinking,
It's a weird
like,
thing.
what the hell's going on? Well, let's go down the line. There's 7 teams right now in the NFC thinking about having a QB change.
And I don't
It's true.
Do you think these
They're
college
thinking about a
QBs are it
QB.
right now? Do you think they
You
are it
said
outside
this-
of Penix and Daniels?
No, but
No.
what you said about
That's the worst
Expo
part.
said about Everflus, I'm going to say the same thing about Justin Fields. He goes in and he beats Green Bay in Lambeau in a game that Green Bay is trying to get into the playoffs, just like they did to
Conversation's
Atlanta.
over with.
There's no way he's a cult hero in Chicago. I mean, you beat Green Bay in Green Bay, you get a statue put of you
End of the season?
out in the city.
Play
There's no way.
spoiler?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love it. Don't get me wrong. I like
It's
Justin
spoiler?
Fields, but what I'm seeing right now from a consistency level, he's just removed to go from an 18 QBR rating
This is what I want you to
2
do.
weeks ago.
This is what I want you to do. Stop looking at that paper
No.
in the ink. Don't look at the ink. And don't look at the ink. Just go look at the games. And
I-
look at the games. He's done some irresponsible
All right,
things,
I'm going
bro.
to send you
He-
both a link. I do.
Hey, look. No, hear me out. This guy is a super immature quarterback. He's one of the
It
most
bothers
immature
me.
quarterbacks. With some of the
It
things that he
bothers
does, it's
me.
like, oh, why did you do that? Come
Throw
on,
the ball
Justin.
away.
But in this stage, it
Yeah.
would be so irresponsible to walk away from.
I truly agree. I 100% agree with you guys on
And
that.
there is no other conversation.
But can we
that.
say right now, he really needs to fucking drop his nuts next year and get
he
to
needs
this
to-
level
yeah.
before it's over with?
He still needs
If
to
you go do
develop
what
his
you're supposed to
pathway,
do,
no question.
And you go
We've
bring in
seen
Marvin
flashes.
Harrison. You go bring in Marvin Harrison. There's nothing else to talk about.
But this is what I need from Justin in the offseason. I need him to get with his Ohio State buddy, CJ, and I need him to work with CJ a little bit to upgrade his passing game. and
For
be
real,
like
for
CJ.
real.
If he could throw like CJ and do what he does athletically, he'd be unstoppable.
I think Justin has such a great
Nobody
gift
can
with
do that.
utilizing his legs, and he runs so much with
Nobody
power.
can do that.
No, CJ's a really good dealer of the ball, man. But that's the
Yeah,
thing,
so
guys.
such
Your
a good
job is to
passer.
deliver the mail. And if my quarterback's only completing 47%, 55%, 57, 51, 45, 55, I can't
But
win.
he's the heart of. But they
I don't
are
give a
winning.
shit. I
He's the
can't
heart-
win.
Hold on, quarterback coach. Have you seen enough that you could fix?
100%. It's easy,
we-
quick, simple
and-
ass
and-
decisions.
and
He holds
Brandon-
onto the ball too
Brandon.
long.
And Brandon, what are we talking about then?
A lot
Hey,
of it's a dumb.
If you see, if it's something that you see you can fix,
Oh, for sure.
then to me, the Chicago Bears have not done him
But this
any
is what
due
drives me
diligence
crazy.
to help him out.
This is
Why-
the
why does-
NFL. You're supposed to have top tier coaching. Like, how are you not trying to fix simple out routes off of a fucking nickel blitz? How are
But
you
why
not
did you
trying?
bring it? Why did you
How
bring
did-
in a defensive? Why did you bring in a
Yes.
defensive head coach?
Why does Justin Fields not playing an offense similar to the Ravens or the Eagles or the Bills? Why is he out here?
I don't know if he can see the field as quick as Lamar.
He
What I'm
wouldn't
saying,
have
he
to.
needs to be in more
It'll
of
be
an
easy.
RPO type
Everything will be
offense.
easy
He's
for
in
him.
this drop
Lamar
back.
has a lot of level throws, bro.
It's not a comparison. I don't want to compare them.
I'm saying be in that type of offense where it's run first.
It
I
would
know
work
it
better
just
for
drives
him.
me crazy that these coaches don't cater to the guy's skill set, and he
Nah,
looks
last year
so.
was-
He
The
man,
drop
I don't know.
back,
Like
the
I
drop
like
pass.
him. He's fun on Madden. He's fun to watch on highlights.
Bro,
but right
they have
now,
him dropping,
Hey.
they have him going under center and doing
Thank
7-step
you.
drops. It's ridiculous.
Yes,
I
man.
know Brock
Right?
Purdy. I hate that
gotta-
7-step shit, bro.
He's-
That shit
This
is
is why I want you to
played.
check out the game a
Is
little
too
bit.
quick.
No, they play a lot of time of possession. You know what I mean?
They do.
They literally say we're gonna run the ball. That's why they're number 2 in rushing. You know what I mean? They want to control the game. They want to play good defense, and they do now. They want to play. They have really good rush defense, and they want to run the ball on you. And they've done it. They've done it with multiple running backs. Khalil Herbert, multiple 100-yard games. Dante Foreman, multiple 100-yard games. It's been like insert running back. Roshan Johnson has had his time. So a lot of times they're like, man, we don't even want to put the ball in Fields' hands.
Look, so
If
he's a
only we
gamer.
still had Montgomery. If we just had Montgomery still.
He's a gamer. Don't get me wrong, but when my quarterback has his best throws, best passing days, and they're still only 51%. Oh,
It's the offense.
it drives me. But Tim,
And
it
there's
doesn't
one
matter.
receiver
It's
getting
football.
out.
Brandon, it does. It stinks, man.
Oh my God! Take what they
It
give
stinks,
you,
bro.
higher percentage completions. Why?
Yeah, but they don't.
I've watched
But they
them.
put them in. They put them in bad situations. Run on first down, run on second down, third and long.
Yeah, it's stupid, man.
Yeah.
And then they force him
That's-
to make
that's
it.
stupid.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and
It's
then
coaching.
you're saying, "Oh, hey, Justin, we know you're not super accurate, but now you need to make a timing throw." No,
Why don't they just go back to some of the Ohio State days where those simple concepts where
We're asking for-
where he had success, right? Like make it easy for him
Make it
because
easy.
right now you give me a headache because
Make it
some of the,
easy.
you don't see the field as quick as you need to as an NFL quarterback. You don't have that long, and I think Lamar Jackson has perfected buying more time in the pocket than I've ever seen anybody next to Tom Brady. He buys a lot of time in the pocket, and it's like, damn, your awareness is on 1,000.
People don't want to admit it.
Right? And then Justin Fields looks like a deer in headlights every time he drops back. But we're trying to say he's the franchise right now.
No,
Let's
to
pump
be
the
fair-
brakes. I think this QB class is a little weak outside of Penix and Daniels.
I think that's so irresponsible to say.
I'm gonna say it.
deep.
It's
Yeah.
deep.
Brandon, we talked about this, bro. We broke the
It's
record.
deep.
He has
The
no
NFL broke
tackles.
the record for how many QBs started in a game.
I
So if the quarterback
it.
play, man, the quarterback play that I see from about 8 of them, they're gonna play next year.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I just think right now we put too much stock into number one picks. We put too much stock into a number one quarterback right now. I think this, and I mean, we'll dive in it. I know we're going down the rabbit hole here,
Oh, I
but
can't wait.
I just feel like right now, take with caution and build your teams right. Because if you build your teams right, you don't have to have the number one quarterback in the draft.
Right.
You can have a
Don't
guy
be
who's
just
got
good.
4 years of experience and come and fucking get it done and do what you need to do and give your guys the ball. And now you're a stacked team with a guy on a rookie deal.
Then don't
it's-
walk away from Justin Fields.
You
Thank
can't. But Justin Fields,
You
listen,
can't.
Justin Fields has one more year until it's there. So really,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
feels like he's kind of in a Jordan Love situation, right?
Yeah.
But Jordan Love has proved it through the pocket. I told you guys over time earlier, and I'm like, dude, he's not. It's you need to get that completion percentage at least 67 or higher, or at least 65. That's how you're going to win games, sustain drives, and create opportunities for yourself on third down. You can't keep going 3 and out. And this guy, every time I fucking watch him, he goes 3 and out. And then he's like, oh shit, he's got a great play. I'm like, all right, bro. But keep him.
You know what? If you get a chance, 'cause
We
I
can have a
think-
2
I
hour
don't think
talk
any-
on this.
I
I
don't
do
think
watch his
anything-
film, bro.
Go watch.
I don't think anything's gonna change. I don't watch the film.
I do.
Just watch the whole game.
I watch the film. That's the problem.
Let me see what time.
I watch real film. And I watch
I want
all
you
of
to
these
watch-
guys.
I
want you to
think
watch the
film of
whole
Brock
game.
Purdy.
No, I don't. Tim, I have Justin Fields film as well. I will send you the clips and you will see exactly what I'm saying.
All I'm saying is, don't watch Sam Darnold. Watch Justin Fields on
I
Sunday.
got you, bro. I'm lock in on my man Fields.
Watch
Hey,
the-
Fields, ain't no hate,
Hey.
bro. I think you're great, but I want to see you more consistent, brother.
Come on over to the
And
house.
as a
man. We'll sit
quarterback,
in
the-
come on
I-
over to the house. We'll sit in the theater and watch the Packers lose to the Bears together, and you can tell me how bad Justin Fields is.
I'm
As a
not
quarterback,
saying
he's
saying
mid.
he's bad.
He's a mid quarterback, but he's so perfect for that team.
He's so electric,
so
bro.
perfect
He
right
has so
now.
much untapped potential that I don't think he believes it. And it's like, bro, believe this shit. You are really this good. Now let's pick this shit up and have a high percentage completion. I'm not saying you got to throw 80%, but damn it, let's sustain drives. You got to fire defense.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, okay.
I could go on an hour about this guy, man. I watched that shit.
I can't. Let's get into it though,
He
man.
drives me nuts.
This is just a precursor to the off season.
Oh my God. You think
gonna
we're
be fun.
cold now?
Oh my God! I wish I could draw over your head so I could put the steam that was coming off your head for a little bit.
Because I don't know how we got into the. Somebody said it. He's like, what?
He's like, what? I love it. But look, let's go ahead and roll over to the fourth quarter. You saw our rising teams and our fallen teams. Let's go to the fourth quarter, man. Look, this was last week was interesting.
Hey, time out. You want to pass over the riser?
Yeah, because I got somebody for you.
Hey, look,
You forgot.
Hey, look, if y'all
And
if
yes,
y'all
Jarvis,
are
I do
here
not
for
like USC QBs right now,
it, y'all are
especially
here
him.
for
He's
it,
soft.
I'm here for it. I was gonna just keep it rolling because I
Why
got
is
mine
Newey
cocked
not
and
on
ready.
TV anymore. Newey's
Well,
no
come on,
longer
Tim.
TV.
Who's your rising
Oh,
player
there
and
he is.
fallen player? Let's
Okay,
go.
thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the lead in. Thank you very much for that. For this segment, I have to put on my Dallas Cowboys hat.
Talk to him,
You
Tim.
ready?
My
Talk your
riser
noise.
player
Hop it.
is one number 88, CD Lamb. Lamb broke Michael Irvin's record for most catches in the season, for most yards in the season. He had a 13 catch, 227, 1 TD, 17 target night. I'm a little concerned that Dak only sees CD at this point, but
'Cause
it
he
was
open.
incredible. My guy's got 1,651 yards, 10 touchdowns. Listen, the first time I really saw CD was in Oklahoma. Brandon and I had gone to
He
watch
was
the
different. There.
the Sooners play UCLA. CD made this crazy one-handed catch in front of
It's
us,
insane.
and I was like, "That's the best receiver in
It's like
the
this.
world."
Like he
I
jumped.
want him. Yeah, it was incredible.
It's
When
crazy.
he got drafted to the Cowboys, I teared up a little bit because I love me some CD Lamb, and I love that he is out there earning every bit of that 88. So CD Lamb is my riser player. Yes, sir.
I like it. Who's your faller player?
What's it going?
So my faller player is not a player at all, but
Okay.
he's a head coach.
Mm-mm.
His name is Mike
Ooh.
McCarthy.
Ooh.
We should have lost the game to the Lions this weekend, not because of a referee call,
Okay.
not because of who's eligible and who's not,
Clock
but because
management.
the Lions got the ball back because
Okay.
of terrible clock management. Here's
Okay.
a tip, Coach McCarthy. I've done a little bit of coaching in my life. When you're up by a score or less than a score, with a little over a minute left in plus territory, and the other team doesn't have a timeout, run the damn ball. All right. Feel good about
You're
that.
right.
And
Check
and
your
then
blood
here's my
pressure.
note- Here's my note to Dak.
The steam.
Dak Prescott, my friend.
Mm-mm.
You're the quarterback of the
Buddy.
If you get a dumbass play call in your ear, change the dumbass play call. Do not throw a deep ball down to the end zone to stop the damn clock.
He was like,
That's
"Oh
why-
yeah, let's do it." Oh,
That's why the Lions got the. And the first thing you should say is, "I'm sorry, what? I didn't hear what he said." 22 dive, strong right, 22 dive. That's the only play you need to run in that situation. It was ridiculous. I hated it, and
Maybe
we
you
should
can
have
with
lost the
Dalvin.
game not because of anything else other than dumbass clock management, which we've seen all season from one Mr. Mike McCarthy. And by the way, our play calls 3 weeks in a row, absolutely terrible. We become very, very what's the word? Predictable.
Mundane.
We're predictable.
Mediocre.
We're not really focused on. We don't.
You're
run
better than that.
A lot of screens. We're
Vanilla.
not getting Tony Pollard in space. We're trying to run him in between the tackles. Like we need to fix it, Mike. We need to fix it. We need to fix it now.
Like Coke Zero. Like
Hey, we got live in the chat. They said, Tim, I said the exact same thing about Dak changing the play. Jarvis, terrible clock
Yeah.
management. Jarvis, jet sweep would have been perfect. I think you need to use CD
I think
Lamb
a
like
jet sweep.
Debo. You need
know
to
what?
use him like Debo on the
CD
edge to a
That's-
degree.
that's
CD
his-
got
He
one
like
carry.
that shit. That's his
That's
game.
who he is.
CD
Yeah,
had one
he's
carry.
a-
Get him out in space.
He
He's
did. He had
cold.
one carry for 5 yards.
He a dog, bro.
CD, where CD
He gonna
excels
show
is
up
not
every
only-
game.
Not only in his route running, the way he catches the football, but it's his yak. It's the way he runs after the catch. I mean, he's so hard to bring down. He runs with so much effort. I love CD Lamb. I think he might be. I mean, he's got to be top 5 players on the entire Dallas Cowboy roster. Period.
I can,
Maybe top 2. Maybe it's him and Micah Parsons are the best players on the team. And I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
I love that
great
he's hot
job,
right now.
players.
It's
Terrible
heavy.
Yeah,
job,
he's doing
Mike.
really good.
Good track.
Thanks
I've
for that trade,
scrutinized CD.
Stefan.
I'm part of one of the people that have heavily scrutinized CeeDee Lamb's game, but what he's done this year is where I was like, where is this at? Because that's what you did at OU. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see more of that. I wanted to see him take over games, and he didn't do a lot of that earlier in his career. I don't care what people says. I don't care about the
He did it
stats. I don't
Saturday.
care about how many catches you had or how many yards you had. I want to see you take over games, and that's what he did this year. Took over games, point blank. So I'm no more scrutiny. CD, you is him. Okay, Nui, rise or fall.
My riser is that kid back there, Brock Purdy. And I'm gonna say this. I don't care what you say to me. Yes, you beat our guys. Yes, he threw 4 picks. Okay, whatever. But this kid just broke the single season passing record that has been held for over 20 years with Jeff Garcia and Steve Young. You got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah,
go potty. Go potty.
Oh, someone wants to make an appearance.
Yeah. So, I mean, I say this, yes, I'm on my fandom stuff, but man, I like quarterback play and I like guys. Hey man, Roman's all right. What's up, Roman? Okay, hold on, Roman. Let Daddy talk right quick. Now,
Get that take out.
I gotta get this take, man, because I'm very proud of him, man. I'm not saying he's elite yet. I'm not throwing that out there, but damn it, we got a quarterback, and I'm happy that he bounced back and did his thing. Right now, in his first full season as a starter, my man's number 1 still in QBR, second in passing TDs and passing yards, first in average per pass, clinched the number 1 seed, 49er all-time leading passer this year for single season, and first in QBR. This man literally has shattered all the hate right now. And I know people love to hate him. That's cool. Let him do his thing. Let him do his thing. That's it.
Do you realize a year ago in a week, right? All these stupid takes of people saying he's never going to be the same.
I know.
Well, to be fair, I don't know how stupid that was because even Brandon and I had the conversation.
I was
of,
concerned.
We don't know how he's going to come back from this. It's not whether or not he would be mentally the same, but that arm, nobody knew how that was going to be.
He got stronger. That darty through the Ayuk.
He got better. Like
he did.
It's
got
like
stronger,
he thrives on people talking shit. Yeah.
Do you guys remember that?
Power.
Hey,
I agree.
Do y'all remember the movie where the kid busts up his arm and then he gets some sort of surgery on his elbow and then he goes and he pitches for the Cubs because he can pitch like 150 miles an hour now?
Oh, I do know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
That's what this reminds me of. Like he went into surgery and all of a sudden he's like, oh, I got a rocket arm now. Let's
oh yeah. Oh boy, from what is it called? What is it called?
I don't remember.
Rosenberg. He's like, what is it? Little League kid, Little League. I can't remember it, but it was an awesome movie. But hey, man, I'm just happy. I'm just happy for him. I mean, win, lose, or draw, man. I'm riding with him. He's a young talent. He's got a lot of great guys around him. I don't, and like Jarvis is saying, you guys better win that 6-4. He takes the top tier. I don't think he's that type of dude. I think he understands what he is, right? He understands his limitations. I think you take top 10, top 15 money. You ain't got to take top 5 max deal. Keep your boys. Let's see what we can do. And then it's on from there. He's 24 years old.
You don't have to. You're just getting ahead of yourself. You don't have to start talking about contract yet.
But that's what in the chat Jarvis said in the chat. I was like, bro, he's not taking that.
Name of the movie.
Just let him be a riser right now.
Sure,
you know,
sure.
You know,
He deserves that riser, even though y'all made him look average.
Who's your faller this week?
I'm gonna keep saying it though. Rookie of the year.
My faller, man, and he just continues to fall for me. I'm gonna have to go with Bryce Young. I don't see. I don't give a shit, Tim. Like it doesn't. It's the thing, man. It's the psychology to it. And is this dad a psychologist or whatever? I don't see that from him. I see a kid that is in the NFL, and he's like, I'm in the NFL.
Yeah,
I didn't see
a flash.
I don't see a dog at all that he used to be at Alabama.
I didn't see a flash.
I was like, where's this dog at? He's smiling when they're down like points. He's like, hell yeah, we about to watch this come back. I don't see that.
The fans hate this situation.
I hate it for him because I think he's talented, but it's like I haven't seen it.
He might want to. I mean,
And they missed on Stroud. But my thing is with Stroud, as good as Stroud is, he would probably struggle here too. It's just a bad situation.
Yeah,
It's
he
just
would.
the owner doesn't give a crap. He's in, he's out. Bryce Young, if he doesn't get it together, he's out next year. Watch.
Bryce Young is just not good.
I don't think Bryce Young is an NFL quarterback.
No, he's not.
He'd be
Let's
great
be real.
in-
I
It's
mean,
not like
right
that.
now,
He'd be
dude, he's
great
completing only
in-
59% of his passes, 11 touchdowns, 10 picks.
Trash.
That's 4 off of what Justin Fields just did, dude.
And Justin Fields missed a good third of the season.
Justin Field, no, you can't even put those.
I'm
two-
not
no.
saying that.
No.
I'm not saying what I'm saying is these
I don't think
guys,
Bryce Young could start for the Frisco Fires.
these
bro.
guys are given such a short leash to succeed. Look how they're doing
They
Zach
should be.
Wilson, bro. Look how they're
Should
doing
be.
Zach Wilson. You don't think that's coming to an end?
Oh, Zach
Quick.
Wilson's out.
There's too many good quarterbacks coming out.
Like that.
Or if they're not good, as you say, there's too many okay quarterbacks coming out, and you can get replaced.
I'm not saying they're good. Well, man, I can't wait for this one because I only see 2 in this draft that could be stars.
I think you're so wrong, and I can't wait for that. Let's not get into that because
All right. I mean, you're also the one that said Joe Milton's the number 1 pick. So
hell no.
we'll see how that goes.
Oh hell
From
no.
Tennessee.
He's not.
I
He went
asked
to
him,
your
I
school
just
in
said
Michigan.
it first.
But
know who he is.
look,
Bro, you were
there's a
all
reason-
lubed
there's a
up
reason
on
he didn't-
Joe
Yeah, but
Milton.
and nothing has changed. That offense is bubblegum. If you get him in a real
I
offense,
hate that offense.
It's bubblegum. If you get him in a real offense in the NFL, he still has some crazy tools that can be harnessed, just like these other guys. If I got to turn on a game and watch people like Aiden O'Connell get out and get plenty of starts, then
He's
there's
so
no
good.
reason why Joe Milton
What's
couldn't
wrong
go out
with
there and
Aiden
get him a
O'Connell?
start on Sunday.
What's wrong? Aiden O'Connell played in a pro-style offense in college in the Big Ten, where defenses play pro-style defenses.
For my thing is, as far as from a physical standpoint, he's not physically gifted at the quarterback position. He was like you said, he was in a situation where he was already ready to play NFL football. So if you get Joe,
Those are
Milton
the guys you go get now.
Yeah,
But Joe's only had
You know
one
what?
full season, Stefan.
we're gonna.
He hasn't
I'm
a
not
4-year
worried about-
starter.
Hey, look, you brought that up. I'm not worried about Joe. I'm just worried about rising.
I just had to give you my spill
I just
because
want to be
We
sure.
have to stop being enamored. We have to, at some point, when we watch these quarterbacks, we have to stop being enamored with what they're doing in the college game, and they have a big arm or they're uber athletic, and you have to watch what they do.
can
week
they
to
throw
week
on time?
big games? Are they doing do they make the easy throws look easy, right? Or
Yeah.
does that look difficult? Newey and I had a conversation, an argument during golf the other day on Monday about Milroe from Alabama. I said, look, Milroe's not a quarterback to me. To me, it's Wildcat the whole game. And look what he did. I mean, he threw a couple deep balls, but
Give me
don't get
Milroe.
enamored with that. Could you put Milroe on an NFL team? No, you could
Not today.
Not
No.
today. He's a baby.
No.
He's
Not
still a
today,
pup.
But there's no
To me,
expectation
let's
to do
stop
so.
getting enamored with the athleticism and the big arms and the guys throwing to a dude wide open, for a touchdown. And let's look at what they do, because in the NFL, it's not like that. And that's why CJ, I think, is such a surprise, because we've never seen an Ohio State quarterback come in and have this much success.
You should have
He's just
saw him versus
he's just
Georgia.
he just naturally throws the ball better than everybody.
Yeah.
that's-
He's a natural.
that's
thrower
what's
of the
different with
football,
CJ.
No question.
But let me
Dude, he
go
can
into my
shoot
risers and fallers because we took a detour here. I can't. The off season's about to be too fun.
It's gonna be
I mean,
too live, bro.
I thought
can't
I
wait.
loved the season and how everything is gone, but I already can tell right now there's going to be some boxing matches this offseason, and I can't wait.
I'm not boxing
Especially-
either of you. I would lose. I'm very much older
Especially
than
when we
you.
bring up the old clips of what people have said. But anyways, my riser this week
Ooh.
is a guy who I said earlier in the season, I'm like, where is this guy? Does he even still play football? Well, guess what? If you want to be recognized and you want to be remembered on December 31st, on a Sunday, when you have a game that you're either in the playoffs or you're out, shout outs to Najee Harris. That was a performance, my guy. 27 carries, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns, and you beat on the Seahawks, and you really hurt their season. Look, we haven't seen this guy ever. Okay? Do y'all remember seeing a game where Najee Harris, Najee Harris just took over?
No.
Probably his rookie year is probably the only one I thought of.
And the fact that you got to say
He
the
had a
words
nice
like
little run.
probably,
Yeah,
probably
it's really.
you don't remember it because it just didn't happen. You saved your best game of the season for the most important game of the season.
My man wanted that check. He got a bonus out there.
No, my guy, he hadn't crossed 80 yards all season.
Damn.
Did y'all know that?
No, I didn't know that.
He
No, we
hadn't
did
crossed
ask.
80 yards. That's why
You're
he's my
right.
riser. You know what I mean? You need to be
We
highlighted,
asked where
son.
he was. I think a month ago we said, "Does Najee Harris still play for the Steelers?"
I'm telling
He was
you,
invisible.
they went
His
on a
backup's
3-game
tough,
losing
man.
streak.
His backup's sick, bro.
Y'all remember they went on a 3-game losing streak? It was to Arizona. They lost to the Patriots. They lost to the Colts. And it was like, man, well, this dude stinks. And then right now, y'all went in the Seahawks. Y'all went into Seattle. Y'all went in 12 man. And that man ran that peel. Okay? Najee. Shout outs to that.
They did their thing. Some guy won 50 grand off that game.
Bro.
On a
That's
parlay.
playoff football.
Somebody. Yeah, it is.
That's playoff football. That's Pittsburgh Steeler football. That was an amazing performance, and you need to be recognized for it. Shout out Najee Harris. Man, look, my father is. I'm just kind of. It's difficult to say put all the blame on one person, right? But my father is going to be Jalen Hurts. Right?
I almost had him.
If you just look at the
Jalen
stat
played
line,
pretty good on Sunday.
if you look at the stat sheet, it's like it was pretty good. And let's go even.
It was
deeper.
damn good.
Watch the game.
Picks.
If you watch the game,
He had one.
it was like
Yeah.
man, Jalen Hurts is playing pretty damn efficient. That's not wrong, right?
Right.
But you played the Cardinals.
Mm-mm-mm.
You played the Cardinals.
Mm-mm.
You were supposed to drop 300 yards on the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
He had 167. They didn't even run the ball that good. You know what I mean? My problem with your now efficient performance, because it's rare that we talk about a Jalen Hurts efficient performance, is, man, they needed you to play like the MVP. They needed MVP Hurts. You know what I mean?
Something's wrong, man.
Last year, it was the Eagles and Hurts. You know what I mean? It was this great Eagles team, and Jalen Hurts he's driving that baby. But now they need Jalen Hurts to be MVP because the Eagles aren't good enough to go win like that. They're not good enough to go knock out all of these teams in the NFC, let alone do that, make it to the Super Bowl and win. They're not, unless Jalen Hurts is playing out his mind, and he's not right now. So it doesn't matter what the performance was. I don't care that he was 18 of 23. That was pretty damn efficient, if you ask me. Especially seeing what I've seen from Jalen Hurts. Some of the throws, I'm like, damn, okay, Hurts, y'all getting hot. But we need to see more if y'all want to win. And that's what your contract is asking for.
God, they gave him a lot of money too.
They gave him a lot of money.
That's
what your contract asks for. Your contract asks for you to rise.
But do you see how you're talking right now?
Mm-hmm.
And you see my frustrations with what we had in that last segment. Gentlemen, it is all about consistency.
It is, but that's why you can't.
If you're not, I'm just. I understand that. I understand that. But this is where we're going. This is where the league is going. These $200 million quarterbacks, and they're putting up half-ass numbers right now.
That's Cleveland's fault. Cleveland did this.
Well, they need to reset the market, and it's called the Brock Purdy experience. Get a quarterback who's had over 600 snaps and plug him into a damn good team, and let him fucking drive the goddamn car, and not have to overpay your fucking 30% of your roster on the quarterback.
Based off of everything we've heard,
Brandon.
Based off of everything we've heard for 17 weeks, that's not a formula that people can just run up on. You know what I mean? From everything we've heard from you over the last 17 weeks suggests that Brock Purdy he's just a special player.
You don't think there's a lot? You don't think? Okay, he is. Thank you for acknowledging that. But you don't think that there's some quarterbacks? There's some quarterbacks coming out that are.
Let's separate the two. Is he special or is he not?
He's special.
Then I can't have that conversation with the other.
But I think
they are not Brock Purdy.
Okay,
I can't compare you to them because you're not Brock Purdy. So
it's so nice for you to even say that. But
I wanted you to acknowledge it because it's real.
But I think there's there's going to be a shift, and we'll talk about it in the offseason, but I truly believe the market's going to shift. And these high dollar quarterbacks are going to have to take a pay cut significantly if they're not producing at a top 3, top 5 level. I mean, come on, let's look at some of the guys who are performing right now and some of the guys who are out of the playoffs right now because they got all this money.
And you don't think
Russell
Brock
Wilson's
Purdy's
going to
not
be the
gonna get
scapegoat
paid?
of this.
No, I think he's going to get paid, but I think he should.
It's going to be marginal.
It's going
not
to be
gonna
marginal.
it's not gonna
Brock Purdy knows who he
I
is,
doubt it. If he goes to the Super Bowl
and he
he's gonna
wins
get
it.
the
Okay, he's not. No, he's not.
be, not going to pay him.
They're not. They're
gonna
going
pay
to
him.
give him in a very
and then
incentive
you won't have
base.
him. Then you won't
They-
have
they-
him.
they're gonna know he's gonna get
have him
hella-
because he knows what he has here. It'd be a mistake if he left. It'd be a mistake.
Everybody wants to get paid.
He's not getting locked up
No,
this year.
he's not.
He
It's the
was-
agent
not
that wants to
this year,
get
but
paid,
I'm
and I
saying-
think Brock
I'm
Purdy
saying
understands it.
Eventually, he is going to get paid by somebody.
Yeah.
Well, will he get a total of $100 million? Probably, but it's
Well-
going to be incentivized, man. It's not going. He's not going to be a $200 million
By the way-
QB.
By the
I'll
way,
be
the
sick to
gonna
my
be-
stomach if that happens,
The
It's gonna
market's
go
about
up
to
because I
be
know
reset.
we're going to suck.
3 years, brother.
But the
Mark's
market's
gonna
about
go
to be
up in 3
reset
years.
again because Jerry's about to reset it.
Oh my god, bro! Oh my god, bro! And Dak ain't taking you past the divisional round.
No.
Well, not yet.
Hell, I mean, but dude, it's just like
listen, if we get into the
it's
NFC title
logic,
game,
and it's
Dak's
like
paid.
these guys have no logic when they do this shit. It's
I
so
agree.
emotional driven. It's absolutely asinine, bro. It's ridiculous.
Someone like Dak should actually look at him and say, you know what? As the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, I'll make more money on endorsements than I'll ever make on any
Thank you,
contract
and
Jerry's
build
ever
your
made.
freaking
Give me
team.
a badass
Now
team.
make my
Because you don't think
contract
Friendly.
think
for the team.
CD Lamb's about
Give
to
me a
be the
badass team.
first $30 million receiver?
No.
25 million?
No, because he's not going to beat Justin Jefferson.
He's
Okay,
gonna-
well, what I'm saying is you're gonna have to pay him. You're gonna have to pay Michael Parsons quarterback money.
All right, y'all.
What'd he do?
I left the show,
he said something about he's not going to get paid more than Justin Jefferson. I said,
and it made me leave the show. So
No,
I'm gone.
Justin's gonna get the house.
Get the
CD was
house.
better
He's
than
gonna get the
Man, what?
house, bro. He's gonna get the house.
That,
He's gonna
that
get the
man missed
fucking house.
half the season. He missed half the season, and he's going to end the season with 1,000 yards.
That's insane.
I know.
But I'm saying right now, it's to a degree. I feel like these guys deserve to be paid because the way they did Russell Wilson is why these guys want this kind of money. However, when you get this kind of money and you're not in the situations that some of these other high volume teams are, you're going to have to cut down your stuff. You're going to have to take a pay cut somewhere. There's going to be language in that contract, aka Daniel Jones, where they can get the F out after they just paid him 55. Like, come on. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
That was a bad
Oh,
deal.
there were so many bad contracts.
There's a lot of bad contracts out here right now, man. Wait till Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and Higgins and all these guys have to get paid. Oh, just wait.
Joe Burrow just got paid.
That's the reason why Higgins will be on a different team.
Oh, just wait. One's gone. Maybe
They
two.
can't retain him.
They
Higgins
can't.
is gone. It's
They
offseason.
can't. They
Somebody-
can't.
Don't
So
be
are you going to
shocked
pay a
if-
Tyler Boyd? Oh, wait. He's gone too.
Or don't be
Yeah.
shocked if Burrow does what Romo did his entire career and takes a pretty sizable pay cut next year to fix for the cap so that he can keep his guys.
Dude, you're only
I-
as
I-
good.
I-
You're
I-
only as good as
I-
you're only
I-
as good as the guys around you, man. That's what I've
Higgins
always been
did it.
told.
He's going to be a number one wide receiver on somebody's team. He's
Sure.
as good as gone. Don't be surprised if they bring in another LSU guy and Malik Neighbors is over.
Don't be
there.
surprised if he goes to Kansas City.
Yeah.
Oh, Kansas
Somebody's
City
going to
needs
drop
a
out.
receiver back.
Somebody's going to say, let's just pay him.
Kansas
Sure.
City is going to be uberly aggressive in the market this year for a receiver.
Should be.
Guaranteed.
They should have
Let's,
made the trade for Mike Evans in the offseason. That's what they should have done.
I
They
think
should have did it.
they should have did it. They should have got Kyle
They missed out on
Pitts.
D-Hop.
They should
They
have
should've
got
missed
Kyle
out- they really
Pitts.
missed out on
D-Hop.
That was it.
They should definitely save
They
Kyle
botched.
Pitts from Atlanta. That'd be.
They saved
that'd be-
Kyle from Atlanta and let him learn
Hey,
under
dude,
Kelsey.
Can you believe that there was really conversations for Debo to go over there and they didn't go through with that?
That doesn't make any sense either.
I love Debo, but as much as I love Debo, we're gonna have to pay Ayuk $20 million too.
Yeah, you are.
You're
You
gonna
know what
have
happened
to.
with the Chiefs? Their young
Ayuk's
guy-
number one in separation as a receiver. He's literally number one and number two in everything.
You can see it.
Oh my god, dude. He's a hella. Jerry must have been teaching him some stuff outside of practice because that boy's so damn smooth. You can't touch him. And I love to see these guys isolated in a heavy situation where 8 are in the box and they got to bring them down and you leave one-on-one with Ayuk. Good luck. He's going to frost them.
Okay, so let's keep it rolling. Oh, by the way, that movie is called Little Big League. I'm
Yeah,
actually
I
gonna
told- I
probably
said
rewatch
that
it.
a while ago, but
Dude.
I'm probably about to
He
rewatch
played for the Cubs. He played for the
I'm
Cubs.
probably, yeah,
Play for
about to
the Cubs.
rewatch.
It was so good.
It was terrible.
This is we only got 2 more weeks here, man.
Stupid Cubs.
This is our pick 'em. This is the smartest idiot segment for the fourth quarter on our longest show to date. Because look, I'm telling y'all, the off season is going to be fire. So if you think that we don't know what we talking about, there's going to be a time to prove it because we're gonna talk that talk. Let's roll through it. Last week, I put on a show last week. Y'all don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all try to go against the grain. I went against the grain on a lot of them. Y'all know what happened. Saturday, Pittsburgh at Baltimore. It's big. No Lamar Jackson, Tyler Huntley show. Pittsburgh is playing for a playoff spot. Who y'all got?
This is all motivational driven, like it keeps that last week. I think Steelers win.
Me too.
I
I'm
do.
gonna go with the Steelers.
I think the Steelers get it done, man.
I like it.
They're
too,
playing
man.
with a lot of emotion right now, and you know how Tomlin is, man. Tomlin's
right now?
17 straight seasons with over 500.
Or winning season, yeah.
So crazy
They'll find a way to
stat.
win that game.
Is he a first ballot Hall of Fame coach or what?
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, easy. Ooh, the other playoff game. I'm glad they're both on Saturday. It's so dope.
This is awesome.
I
Houston.
don't get to watch this game.
This is a
Oh,
playoff game. These are 2
don't?
playoff games.
No, my wife is dancing in her
Fair
World
enough.
Championship
G, go win it.
competition Saturday night. So
Oh, let's
the game
go.
will listen. I'll have an ear pod on, and I promise you, I'll be listening to the game.
Well,
Like, just
where
turn
you
on
gonna be?
Red Zone. Turn on
Play,
Red Zone or like put
I'll
on
have
your
my cell
YouTube.
phone in the ballroom with me.
Yeah.
I'll be watching the game. Don't you worry.
Okay, let's
It's
go.
called Rookie of the Year. Bernard said it's Rookie of the Year, and you're right. Henry Rowan Gardner. It is Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he played for the Cubs.
Yeah, it's Rookie of the Year. It's not Little Big
Said
League.
that like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
actually.
it's Rookie of the Year.
You talking about the kid that played in the pros, right?
Yes, that
Yeah,
hurt
he
his
messed
arm,
up
like
his arm.
fell and he hurt his arm. He's got like
He
this
hurt his
crazy
arm, and
robotic
then he had
arm.
his tendon put
And he
in
played
all
in
that.
the big
Yeah,
league.
they
it's
don't
all
make
Rookie
movies
of the
like
Year.
they don't make movies like that no more, man.
They don't.
Okay, so
That
who y'all
and
got?
Sandlot.
Oh,
I got
man,
the Colts
classic.
winning this game at home. As much
Houston at
as much as I
Indy.
love the Texans story, I love CJ. I think the Texans are going to be good for a while, but Minshew Magic in Indianapolis, I think it's going to take over Saturday night.
You've been riding with him,
Yeah.
You've been hot,
Brandon.
man.
Oh, this is tough for you.
This is really tough. This is probably the hardest game to pick, maybe the entire year. Because I say this because they're both 9-7. They both have had some highs, some great highs, and they've had some lows. But I think
They're both
CJ
good.
right now, I think CJ and Gardner Minshew dueling. I'm gonna take CJ because he can just do so much, man. He can do so much in and out of the pocket, but he's got a good run game. He's got a good defense. Will Anderson's going to be going. He had 3 sacks last week. I think this defense knows that they're on the verge of history here. You know,
It's so big, man.
this is huge, right? And so I think they're going to take this. I think the Texans are going to win and get a ticket into the playoffs. I do.
Well, here's the good thing is, you know, I mean, it's not super difficult to play in Indy. Here's my only problem. Now it was very early in the season, right? But Gardner did play them last time they played. CJ played out of his mind.
Yes,
I
he
mean,
did.
This is my problem. CJ almost threw for like 400 yards
Mhm.
and they lost. You know, Nico Collins went platinum. This is like his breakout game early in the season, and they lost
he's
by
coming
11
back.
points.
Noah Brown's
Yeah,
back
and they
too.
lost by 11 points. I think you know, we talked about this guy a couple of times over the last couple of weeks, but I think the difference in this game might be Devin Singletary. If they can establish the run, I got the Texans winning. I don't know. I think that defense has just gotten better as the season has gone along.
They're heating
and
up,
I think
man.
they are, but they got a lot of good news coming into this game. They got some guys that are getting healthy, so I do like them in this game. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a nail biter, but give me C.J. Stroud. Maybe throw him for 400 because he's going to have to at this point
Okay.
to win
Yeah.
this game. But I can see it.
Oh my God, we're almost 2 hours.
Lone
Yeah.
wolf in this thing.
Let's go. Let's go Sunday morning.
Shoot them.
Cleveland at Cincinnati.
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
No Joe Flacco.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's right. They're sitting Joe down
Uh-oh.
No Joe Flacco here.
because it doesn't matter. Their playoff positioning can't change.
Cannot change.
I think this is a
Let's go
pride.
Cincinnati and the way
Yeah.
Jake Browning's been playing.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
gonna
this
take
is a
them.
pride game for the Bengals. Finish on a strong note, go 9-8, even though they may not touch the playoffs, but at least they're fighting for something, right?
Mhm.
Browns have already clinched. I think the Bengals could win this one without Flacco out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of
Yeah,
weird
that's
how
it.
all these top teams could potentially lose, which kind of just
Right.
irritates me because
My
now they're
question-
sitting out and then they're going in and they probably could have a sloppy game. And as good as they are, they could probably be out because the team's playing all the way through. That is
I
so
would
dumb.
not sit out Joe Flacco. in
I
this
wouldn't
game.
sit out anybody.
Well,
Screw that.
particularly Joe, because he hasn't been in the building long enough, and you're still kind of working out the kinks and working on your offense. And I feel like this is a great. I mean, the game doesn't matter. This is a great game to let Joe go out there and work and try to get even better before the playoffs start. I don't like him sitting in this game.
Well, this is why I don't like. Okay, so you already know both wide receivers were dealing with injuries. You know what I mean, and they're gonna sit. So what I don't want is you to put out Joe Flacco out there with receiver 3, 4 because it's not like you're building this rapport. You know what I mean for the playoffs. I think it's smart to go ahead and sit him. I think he's a playoff guy. He's very comfortable. My problem with them is, they're starting their 5th quarterback, y'all.
That's true.
Is DTR playing?
They're starting. No. They're actually starting your old guy, Jeff Driscoll's starting.
That's the 5th quarterback.
Bernard loves Jeff Driscoll and Madden.
That's the 5th quarterback they started.
Louisiana
so I think
Tech.
they're saying, hey, let's protect the investment. Joe Flacco is that new investment. Either way, I think they're gonna lose. Give me the Bengals in this one. Minnesota at Detroit.
Detroit. They need it. So
Is who's starting? Teddy Bridgewater?
No, they need it. They're playing.
they need to win this game to stay in the 3. I mean,
Okay.
because they
The
can still
Lions
get
gonna
the
win
2
it.
seed. So they need to play this game.
Yeah, I'm not going against the grain. Look, y'all, if y'all remember last time it was close. It was a close game. The one thing I've seen in Nick Mullins, he does do some stupid stuff, man. But
He can thread it. Is he getting the start?
Yes, he's getting a start, but he
Jesus,
like
you're playing
awkwardly,
carousel.
if you look at even his time with the 49ers, he like always redeems himself for a week and then goes back to the stupidity. So I think this is his redemption week. With some people getting healthy in Minnesota, I like this one, and I'm not going against the grain. Minnesota's going to win this game and likely still miss the playoffs, but they're at least going to show Detroit who they are. Jacksonville Jaguars at Tennessee. Who you got?
Is Trevor Lawrence playing?
I think he might have to, bro. Trevor and Zay are
Yeah.
questionable.
They don't. Yeah, he has to play. They're still fighting.
I'm going to lean towards Jacksonville, but I'm not going to be shocked if Tennessee wins the game. But I'll say Jacksonville will win the game because of their coach.
I got Tennessee, baby. Let's roll. Screw them.
Yeah. I think the Jacksonville, Doug is going to make sure these boys know, hey, it's playoff time, make or break. So I think they're going to win it. I got Jacksonville. New York Jets
Ew.
at the Patriots.
Do
Bills
they
last
even have
game.
to play this game? Could they just
Just sit at home.
could
Nobody
they just
get hurt.
flip a coin, decide who wins? Like this game.
Mm.
I got the Patriots.
I got the
winning, though.
Patriots,
I got
man. Bill
Bailey
ain't going
Zappe
out like that.
PK.
Bill ain't going out like no HOE, man.
Bill ain't
I got
going out
Bill
like
Win the
that.
game.
Yeah.
Go win Bill's last game as a Patriots head coach.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
this is
sad.
Oh no, this is always like
It's
this
weird.
game here. This game's always nasty. You know what I mean? Regardless of the situation, regardless of who's making the playoffs, who's not making the playoffs, this game is always a battle. Atlanta at New Orleans.
New Orleans. Not even batting an eye. New Orleans is playing for something. I think, Atlanta getting beat by the Bears the way they did last week, that just looks so crushing to me. So I'm looking for the Saints to get a big win at home, coming off a big win on the road in Tampa Bay last week.
Atlanta went from sugar to shit, didn't they?
Quickly.
I mean, they had one of the top safeties in the game, balling, making plays. Their defense was stingy. They looked like they were playing spoiler the entire year if you played them. Yeah, I think the Saints roll this in the dome. I think they got more to play for. Goes to what Akeem was saying. This is just, there's more motivation behind it, and they believe it. And Derek Carr has actually been playing very good lately.
Very
In the
good.
past three games, 8 TDs, no picks.
I think they take this game very personal.
Yep. Who, the Falcons?
I think the Falcons take this game very personal.
Hell no, I don't see it.
I mean, look, they beat them
I don't
not
see
too
it.
long ago.
They did, but bro, but
They,
no,
and that was with Desmond Ritter.
they not beating
so
him in
to me-
New Orleans.
To me, it's what's different to me is, you know what I mean? I think people might be downplaying the Bears. The Bears are just like that right now. You know what I mean? So I don't want to put that all on Atlanta because just a week ago, we've been talking about the Colts all day, but just a week ago before that, they stomped the Colts. Atlanta dropped 30 on the Colts just a week ago.
It's true, but things change very quickly.
They do very quick.
Fluid lead. It's week to week.
Very quick. Y'all know how Derek Carr does the last weeks of the season. He's gonna figure out how to choke this one.
I'm over here yawning.
Next, roll it. Tampa Bay at Carolina.
Tampa got a win and you're in.
Tampa's
Win and you're
this
in.
game. Baker's not losing this.
You win and you're
this
in,
is
and you
a
clinch the
big game.
division.
Baker may go 304 touchdowns in this game.
Carolina. I don't know why. It's in
Okay.
my heart. I don't know. It's stupid. Chicago at Green Bay. You got
Chicago plays spoiler.
big
Bear
spoiler.
down.
Bear down.
Chicago
Bear
Bears.
down. Justin Fields. All you got to do, brother, is deliver the mail. You're a very
Justin,
talented
we-
guy.
Justin
Just deliver
Fields
the
needs to
mail.
make- Justin Fields needs to turn Brandon Newey into a believer this week.
Hey, I believed him ever since QB,
Do
ever
something,
since
Dave.
QB1, bro. I'm
Do
not a
something.
fan of inconsistency, bro. I'm not a fan when you're only completing 50% of your passes. I will never be
Oh
a
my
fan.
God! Don't go down that path again. Whatever.
Hey,
Denver
whatever, bro.
Broncos
I'm gonna
at-
share
That's just how I
something. I'm
think.
gonna
at Las
share
Vegas.
That's how
Hold
I
on,
think.
before you move on, I'm going to share something real quick in reference to Bears Packers. In Chicago, the Bears have a theme song that we sing after every touchdown and before the opening kickoff. And oftentimes, regardless of who the Bears play, we sing the theme song, and it's Bear Down, Chicago Bears, da 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 da. At the end of the song, it always ends with "Fuck Green Bay." I'm telling you, the Bears are winning this game.
think so, too.
Ooh,
It's so
Yeah.
personal.
this is spoiler. You heard it
It's
first.
so-
Lock of the
This is
week.
like
The Bears.
This is like one of my favorite matchups, period, because it don't matter in this game.
Are they going to make
this-
Jordan Love look very average? Because last time Jordan Love lit them up.
I think so.
A
bro.
different defense.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
They're gonna- Denver Broncos at Las Vegas. Oh my
Las
God.
Vegas gets it done, baby. I think
Raiders.
Las Vegas gets it done. They're pissed off. They're just playing for pride. AP is going to help hopefully get that coaching job. That'll be great for
They're
them.
all playing for coach, man.
They're playing for coach, man. They're going to beat their ass, I think.
Give me the Vegas. I like
Yep.
it too.
Vegas.
Philly at New York.
Giants.
I'm gonna go Giants here.
They're playing spoiler,
I
bro.
got the Giants winning this
They're
game. I've had the
playing
Giants winning this game for
spoiler.
weeks.
Like as much as I want to talk about Philly, bro, Philly is not losing this game. They, are
No,
so
they
mad
may
right
not
now.
lose that game, but
They're looking at all of the media talking about them.
we
like this. They
can't
about-
lose this
Oh,
game.
The
Child,
New
it's
York
not gonna be close.
Football Giants.
I'm gonna say
Seattle.
I'm gonna flip it. I got Philly.
Okay.
I'm gonna take that.
I'm staying with
Smart,
the
man.
Giants just
Good
because
luck.
of my pure hate for the.
I know you can't do it. Your soul will not allow you to do it, Tim. Seattle Seahawks at Arizona.
I got the Cardinals here. I know Seattle's playing for something, but man, Kyler Murray, they believe. They just
They
beat the
do.
Eagles in Philly. They want to play spoiler. That's fun for them right now.
Kyler's
The Eagles
pissed
are the
off.
Cardinals winning this game.
Pissed
And a
off.
pissed off Kyler is a dangerous Kyler. He's one of one too, man.
Taking his division back.
As little as he is, dude, he throws such a great ball.
I love
Man.
Kyler. But
Jesus. Like that ball flies off his hand.
Okay, Sleepy, who's winning?
Who's winning? I mean, the Seahawks got more to play for. We got the Seahawks, baby.
Yeah, all right, let's ride. You see the jersey. We're not talking about that. Come on, K1. Kansas City at LA Chargers. This is a stupid game, too.
This is a get right game for the Chiefs. They have to act.
Is Pat playing?
They have to get it right.
As of right now, yeah.
They have to get it right. They have to put something together. They have to put together a very clean game offensively. I think this is pressure for them. This is a game that they have to feel good going into the playoffs. I got the Chiefs winning this.
There's 5 guys that are questionable right now.
Oh, yeah, they have to play because they can still get the 2
Kadarius
seeds, so-
Toney, Rice, Pacheco, Snead, and
All gonna
Kelsey.
play. They'll all play.
Ouch.
That's a lot, though. So which one is more hurt than the other?
It doesn't matter. The Chargers
Kelsey's
are
been
trash.
questionable.
It
all
doesn't matter, but do you rest your guys to go in? You know you're going to make
It
the
doesn't matter.
playoffs.
Rest everybody.
I agree.
Don't even have a quarterback out there, and you still beat the Chargers.
Well, I think Blaine Gabbert is starting this
Maybe.
game.
Good.
I think they're sitting Mahomes.
Nice.
I
I
don't
like it.
like that.
I don't know why.
God,
Because
this
it's
week is going to be
guys.
boring outside of the Saturday games, bro, in the Bills and
no.
Dolphins.
Oh, hold on. I'm about to heat it up.
Game at 3:30 is going to be fantastic. And
Ain't nobody
the
watching that Cowboys game, man.
Cowboys Commanders game is going to be lit. Because
No,
of
it's
the
Okay.
not.
Cowboys playing.
Y'all going to
Well,
blow them out
Let's
next.
go on the backup quarterback showdown. We got Carson Wentz versus Sam Darnold, the big bust guys.
The
LA
2 number
Rams.
2 picks.
LA Rams at the 49ers.
This is essentially a preseason game at this point. Say the Rams get the win maybe because they need to, do they have to win to solidify themselves?
They're in.
No, they're good. They're already locked in.
Stafford's
Oh,
not playing.
They're locked in regardless.
Yeah, I got the Niners. I think we run all over them, especially with Aaron
I got the
Donald out.
Niners. I really like
This is
how-
great for
how
Jordan
Sam
Mason and Elijah Mitchell.
I like how Sam Darnold looked.
Will win. We'll go Niners.
Yeah, he looked solid. He looked good. He looked serviceable.
He looked good.
He throws it
I
better than
think
Brock.
he's
I'll
ready.
tell you
He's in the
that. I
system
mean,
already.
goddamn, his arm looks totally different from Brock's.
It's different.
It's like
Dallas
Woo.
at Washington.
Dallas,
Dallas, easy. The big one.
the best game of the week outside of Texans
Buffalo
Colts.
At
Bears Packers
Miami.
continue to fluff right by the
He is. He just has no idea.
no
Tim.
clue. That game is going to
Golly.
be off the chain.
I get it, but I think I get it. Whatever.
You don't. But whatever.
Whoever wins that game is losing in the first round. So whatever. Am I lying?
What game are you
No.
talking about?
The Bears or
The Bears
Packers?
The Bears aren't playing for a playoff spot.
The Bears aren't playing for it, but it's
They're
just
playing
They could. I
Spoiler
think they
to
could get
Green
in.
Bay. They
Yeah, but
could,
it takes a lot.
very,
It's
very-
0.2%.
They're playing to play
They're-
spoiler to the Packers.
And it will
It's
take a
always
tie.
personal when you play Green Bay and Lambeau.
Oh, whatever.
Okay.
Nah.
Man.
Am I downplaying it? Just a little
Who you
bit.
got?
Nobody gives a
Yes, you are. Buffalo and Miami. Who you got?
Great game.
Buffalo.
There's a reason I'm wearing the Josh Allen.
There's a lot to play for
Buffalo.
Buffalo. You
Bro,
win,
Miami has
you're
no-
in. You lose,
Let's
you're
go,
out.
Buffalo.
That's so bad. You go from the 2 seed to
Buffalo-
no seed. Has that ever
Buffalo's been
happened?
an amazing team since Brady has taken over as the offensive coordinator.
Didn't I tell you that will help?
Yeah.
Could have sworn I
Winning.
said that about 7 weeks ago.
Yeah, I got Buffalo. I was gonna hedge my bets here. And
You're so
no, but
dramatic.
They don't have a chance. They don't have a chance. Miami
Dude,
stinks.
we went
Buffalo.
2 hours tonight. And thank you to all the listeners and people
Hey, man.
in the chat group. Bernard said he got a little irritated when he said Jalen Milroe is a Wildcat QB to me. Quote, Tim Smith.
I bet
Well,
he
that's
lost.
what he is. That's what I
bet
saw.
he lost.
Uh-oh.
Listen, when it's
Oh,
3rd
off
and 26,
season.
when it's 3rd and 26, and
Off
they don't
season.
allow your
Off
quarterback to throw
season.
pass,
I can't
Off
believe it.
season. It's gonna be so good. We're
I
gonna
mean,
have such a
maybe
great
he'll get
lineup.
better. He needs a lot of improvement. He needs a lot of work in the offseason to become a pass. I mean, they talked about it on the broadcast the whole game. That
He knows it. Everyone knows it. It's fine.
couldn't complete
He's
passes.
in a great direction. He's going. He's not where he was last year. He's not where he was in the middle of the season. He's in a different place right now. He's confident. I like it. He'll be fine. Hey, I don't care how long it was. It was a good show. We were spitting.
Dude, that was
We were
awesome.
spitting.
I like
We're
it.
spitting.
That was awesome.
Shout outs to y'all in the chat. Like when y'all have these questions, when y'all have this feedback, all it does is fuel us more to talk. So hey, y'all tap
Yeah.
in with us. We'll be right back here.
I
Same
have an
time, same
announcement
place.
before you
Talk.
sign off.
Mhm.
I have an announcement. So for those of you that may be a part of the QB Huddle world, we are giving away for the 100th subscriber a Fanatics NFL jersey, just like you see this Josh Allen jersey.
Let's go.
100th person that subscribes will pick out the player of your choice and team of your choice, and we will send you a Fanatics jersey.
I think we need to do that with both.
Send us the screenshot.
Got to have the screenshot.
Let's
now.
get to 100
Screenshot
subscribers, baby.
right to the QB Huddle page that you are the 100th subscriber. Do it for the Couch Coach. We'll get you a jersey.
100
away.
subscriber. We got 2 platforms. Beat 101, baby. You can
We're
get you
close
a.
now. We've got about 76, 78 subscribers on each channel. So let's go, folks.
Who's going to be the first to get
Hit the
to 100 here?
button. You want a pretty Josh Allen patch?
Well,
Look, this
Couch
thing's got
Coach is at 90 right now.
patch, boy, it's beautiful. Fanatics.
Ooh, Couch Coach is at
Fanatics.
90, so we need 10 more.
90? Oh, 10 more. Let's go.
10 more.
Let's go. Let's go. Tap in. Y'all know
The
where to find
competition
us.
is real.
Same place, same time for the couch. It's been real. We don't have theme music, but we're out of here.